here. We got about 5 minutes until the draft starts. I'm going to start this now. A couple of disclosure statements up front. Number one, I can't show you the draft. I can't let the draft play.
It's not having access to 1 million industrial grade.
Excuse me. We're still setting up the audio here. Bear with me. But I can't do those things, okay? It's not allowed. It's illegal. It's a copyright violation. We won't do it. But what I can do is have the big board up and talk to you guys about my board and then tell you what I see on TV. I don't ever listen to those guys. I don't have to hear what they're saying about the players. I'm going to do my own thing. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys a huge win I just got in the last 24 hours. Check this shit out. I was going to ESPN. You guys see it here. Best available players. And if you watch the podcast on, and I'll be getting to the chat here in a second, but if you watch the podcast on YouTube, you go to the live tab and you watch it on the live stream, you guys saw all the episodes. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, right? And some people will tell me, my top 10 is trash. I don't know what I'm talking about and all this stuff. But let me show you guys how I influence ESPN. And there's no denying I influence ESPN. I did an episode on defensive ends just the other day. Defensive ends, I did an episode and I talked about all these guys. And some of these guys, excuse me, this shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be like this. Who was here? What is this? What just happened? Who did I have ahead of Abdul Carter? I apologize. Oh, Shamar Stewart. Why was that not there? We're tripping. That should be there. I don't know why that went away. Maybe somebody, maybe I'm being told I shouldn't put him there. All right, so check this out. When I did the episode, sorry for that brain fart, you saw me talk about a particular defensive end. His name was Elijah Ponder. And Elijah Ponder was one of my deep hitting gems, nowhere on the chart. And you can go back and watch the old episode. ESPN did not have Elijah Ponder on the chart. But they watched my episode. And they saw me list all these players. I talked about every single one of these guys in that episode. And now, magically, today, we go over here, and guess who's there? Elijah Ponder. A guy nobody was talking about except for me as a deep hitting gem, and now he's magically on the chart. So is Ethan Downs. Ethan Downs wasn't on the chart. We can go back to the episode and pull it up, and you'll see this same list on ESPN 2 days ago. Neither one of these young men were listed. There was no Elijah Ponder. There was no Ethan Downs. I put them in an episode. I put them in a live stream, and now they're on ESPN. That's how that works. RicoKnows will put out a chart. I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it on YouTube. And all of a sudden, they will go and fix their charts to have those players on there. Because these guys were not on the list just days ago. And I told you guys, well, I have some hidden gems that aren't on ESPN, but I really believe in them. And this happened last year. I want to explain to everybody, this happened last year when we start talking about the corners. Now, I'm going to try to drag this into the window here. And let's go here. Let's look at last year's rankings, and you're going to see they didn't know who Beanie Bishop was. They didn't have him anywhere on ESPN. Beanie Bishop, they didn't know who he was. And I was sitting back laughing at you guys. They didn't know who Micah Abraham was. He wasn't even on the list either. No notes on him. I saw them scramble on TV. These are my guys. I'm getting it right. I'm listing players ESPN pretends to know. They pretend to know about him. They're in the car studying like Travis Hunter. Okay? Now, enough of that. Let's get the rankings back up. I'm going to read the chat as the night goes on. I'm watching the draft in front of me. Can't show it to you. We're just going to sit here, watch the big board, and talk. Okay? I will have my chart. We highlight them. We highlight the players in yellow once they get drafted. Remember, I never do a mock draft. I'm not trying to guess what's going to happen tonight. Yes, there are MVPs who bet on this stuff. I do have the sports book up. I can talk to you about some of this, but not too much. I don't really go into this too much detail. I don't give advice on draft night. It's already too late to talk about it. So we're here. We'll look at the overall players and stuff, but I am going to jump to the chat. Now, one thing I'm going to say during this show is we're going to have a ton of people watching me on TikTok right now. There's over 100 people. If you want to watch me and me interact with you, all you have to do, go to YouTube, search RicoKnows, join the live stream. We got everybody here in the live stream. You come on over. I'll answer your questions. I don't read any of this chat down here. Don't even care. Don't go there. Next, let's go to YouTube chat. I read this on the screen all day. Shout out to Willie Bobo. Willie Bobo beats everybody in the comments. For once in your life, if we're ever going to do a show, I want to see somebody beat Willie Bobo in the comments. He's the first one here every day, so I need to see a record being broken. Okay, this looks like a Queen concert right now. Where's the draft? In Green Bay? They say Green Bay, the city owns the team. The city owns the team. I don't give a shit, bro. Green Bay ain't it. Look at Cam Ward sitting there. No girl next to him. Cam Ward out here doing his best to look like a Dagestani wrestler. Got no women in his life. It's all good, man. You don't got to wear all these watches and chains, but save your money. Save players go broke. What was Will Levis wearing? It's been a couple years. He's about to be unemployed. Of course, Travis is wearing pink, bruh. Of course, he's wearing hot pink. And what is that shit? Hot pink. My goodness. Can't get down with the hot pink outfit, bro. Just can't. It's never been in. They can tell me it's been in. It's never been in. These videos last forever. We're going to look back on it. I saw Ashton Genty wearing Crocs. It's never been in, bro. You can't defend your family's honor in Crocs. And check out Shador. He's not even there. They tell me Shador's not going in the first round tonight. They tell me Shador's walkout song at the draft was going to be the song Tomorrow from the Annie cast. Paul McCartney originally sang a song named Tomorrow. Shout out to him. He, Jalen Milroe, all these dudes are coming out to Tomorrow, Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. What up, Joel? Joe says, what up, Rico? What up? Hard Dixon Helicopters, bruh. Ross Harrell, shout out to you. I talk to Ross all the time. Man, where's my mouse? I'm trying to find my mouse. I apologize. Ross Harrell says, what's up, Rico? Shout out to you. Alvaro Solis Jr., what up? I already told you. My stock is up. Joel says, I can't lie. My favorite part of your show is the side topics. You talk about your life and players. Hey, shout out to me, man. I'm going to tell you guys a true story. I stepped away from the computer today, and I was talking to Kim about a time I went next door. I lived in an apartment with my father just not too long ago. I was talking to Kim about this, and I don't remember why. I was just talking about terrible food. And there was this girl next door. I don't remember her name at all. And every day we would come home to this apartment, my father and I. I wasn't working at the time. I was active duty Army, but I didn't go to work. So I was at home all the time. The only time we left the house was to go run trails, go work out. And then we'd come back home or to go eat and then come back home. So we always walked past this girl. She lived next door to us. It was a single mom. I think she definitely was unemployed, but she was collecting military or VA disability. And she lived in an apartment with her kids. She smoked on the balcony or on her porch for every single time we walked out there. She was smoking. And I didn't think she was good looking. She was okay. But I was going through a divorce. I wasn't interested in any women. And she was just not very pretty to me. She was okay. She had some curves. She had some things going on. But I wasn't digging her like that. So anyways, we small talk when we walk past this girl. And she invites us over for dinner. She's like, you guys should come over to dinner. And we're like, yeah, we'll come over sometime. Now it's been months. We lived there for 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. And at some point, I'm like, yo, I'm going to go to dinner with this girl. I'm going to go over to her place for dinner. It's a free meal. She said she makes a hell of a meatloaf. Yeah, she's white as hell. You start telling me you make meatloaf, bruh, with ketchup? No thanks, right? So and it was the driest meatloaf. Is this motherfucker riding a bicycle? Oh, my God. He's been hanging out with Silver too long, bro. Oh, my God, that's ridiculous. Came out on a bicycle. I hope he falls. A bicycle. Gross as shit, bro. Not even a BMX bike. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Billionaires on bicycles. Millionaires on bicycles. Look at that. He looks shaky as hell. Some of these dudes look awkward. Oh, no. They brought out this dude. They brought out the slur. I call him the slur. Homie with the rag top on his head. Lil Wayne is there. Lil Wayne couldn't get to the Super Bowl halftime show, but he can get to the draft in Green Bay? We got our priorities all. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so this girl next door invites us over for dinner. We go over. Pops already knows he don't want to be there. I brought my father with me, by the way. Pops already knows he don't want to be there because, oh, girl, her apartment was disgusting. It was dirty, bro. There was a can of canned food opened, and it was on the living room floor. Okay, on the living room floor. There was dirty kids' underwear in the couch. There was nowhere to sit. Cheeto dust and lint everywhere. The place was disgusting. I'm like, yo, what is this? And the minute she showed up with tap water, we're drinking tap water for dinner. You had no business inviting us over if you didn't know how to fucking cook, number one, and you made meatloaf so dry, we cut up some onions and some green peppers, and the shit was dry. My pops, I'm not joking, I'm not lying, swear to God, he's in the chat right now. My pops rode out and said, yo, I'm gonna go to Golden Corral for dinner. And he just left. He straight up left and went to Golden Corral for dinner and left me there. And I had to soldier on through and eat this terrible meal. And then we were done with the meal. She said she had to go smoke a cigarette. I didn't know smokers got habits. They got to smoke after they eat, like muscle memory. So she goes, I'm going to smoke. I'm like, oh. And I'm trying to pretend like secondhand smoke don't bother me because I'm just thinking, oh, yeah, man, maybe we might get a little something going. No, I was not interested. Even a little bit. I was like, this is disgusting. The meal was terrible. I need to get out of here. I need to go hit up Sonic. Okay? So then another neighbor comes by. Her name's Erica. Shout out to Erica. Erica's a little overweight, smokes weed in the car. Erica's a loser. And Erica comes by and goes, let's get high. I'm in the Army, active duty Army. I've never done a drug in my life. I said, hey, you guys can do that, but I need to leave. I don't secondhand smoke. I'm out of here. And I was looking for my exit out. They go, oh, no, we'll just turn the box fan at the window over. We'll blow all the smoke out the window. It won't be in your way. I'm like, okay, cool. We're sitting there for a little bit. They're talking. They're getting flirtatious. And I go, you know what? That succotash, that's right. She made me meatloaf with succotash, bro. You white people make me sick. I said, that succotash got to go. Oh, wait. We got Clay Matthews at the mic? We got Clay Matthews at the mic, former walk-on at USC. Shout out to him. I don't know what he's saying. I don't need to listen. But I'm just letting you know, I said, hey, that succotash ain't hit me right. I need to go back to my place. I don't want to use your bathroom. And I never went back. And you know what? For whatever reason, we never really hit it off after that. She never talked to me again. She ended up moving to North Carolina. The Bears still suck. Okay, dude, is this the WWE? They're just out here to get the crowd riled up? That's why I don't like NFL fans. Bro, make the draft pick and don't make this draft 7 hours long. 32 teams got to pick some shit, and you guys out here doing jokes. We already know who you're picking. You picked them 30 weeks ago. Get the fuck out of here. We don't care. Oh, my goodness. So I leave the house, never talked to her. Well, talked to her in passing. I think she got the hint. But that was the most filthy apartment I'd ever been in to that point. That was one of the worst in a while. I'd obviously been in dirtier places when soldiers lived in them. It's a whole nother story. Anyway, shout out to the worst dinner I ever had. My pops came up. Hey, when we were sitting on the deck or the porch, like 2 hours after dinner, Dad pulls back up in the parking lot with a Golden Corral cup, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up? I had a good dinner." And he's sipping on his cup. Shout out to him. He went to go say what's up to Janet. Anyways, what up? Yo, we up in here. What up, Bill Williams? Shout out to 30-hour K. 30-hour K? What does that mean, bro? Does that mean you work 30 hours a week? Does that mean you have the work ethic of a lazy, entitled kid? 30 hours a week ain't shit, bro. Yo, the draft's about to start. Azanam Dub. We know, bro. We're sitting here. I've never missed a draft pick in my adult life. You're telling me when the draft's going to start? Fuck is wrong with you? Yo, the sun is going down. Yo, it's crazy. The sun is going down. You never dropped a cornerback video. That's correct, Gabriel. I ran out of time. I never dropped a cornerback video. I can pull it up here. Excuse me for a second. I did put up my rankings. I put them out today on Twitter. I didn't have time to do a cornerback video or a safety video. A lot of things happen in life I don't really want to talk about on cam, but I've been dealing with some stuff. And we did get some gym time in, and I still owe a bunch of UFC videos to the MVPs. I don't have enough time for it, so there you go. Corners, my number one corner is Will Johnson. I know he's injured. I don't care. He's amazing. Travis Hunter is number 2. I don't feel comfortable with Travis Hunter at 2, but I put him there just because I don't want to deal with the backlash of all the haters. But realistically, for me, Travis Hunter's somewhere around 5 or 6 when it comes to evaluating the corners. When I watch the film, I see a guy that's maybe number 5 or number 6 best corner in this draft. There are better corners. There just are. They're better at man coverage. They're more physicality. They help on the run more. They went up against better wide receivers and dominated. There's just a lot of different reasons why I like other corners instead of Travis Hunter. I get it. He's very dominant in zone coverage. coverage. He's very dominant in breaking on routes and things of this nature. But where he struggles is he has zero recovery speed. I see a lot of just freakish plays. But when you go back and look at it, it's just bad quarterback play. And you're not going to see bad quarterback play in the NFL. So eventually he'll get there. I just don't think he's there right now as far as being a dominant corner, for example. Like, it's just all hype. You know, Deion Sanders has been saying he's a shutdown corner. He shuts down half the field and all this. I go watch the tape, and it's like teams are abusing him and taking advantage of when he's in a man position with the receiver bigger than him. The NFL will do the same thing. They have the greatest schemers in the world. So there's that. We have Azare Thomas, one of the best, man. His brother managed to make it in the NFL with the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent. He's been at Florida State for a while. I think he's a young stud foregoing his final year. Kid's amazing. Give me Thomas for days. Shout out to him being raised by his mom. Yes, there was an accident, or I shouldn't say accident. I think somebody died due to arson. I had an inside story on the whole thing. I never posted a video with all the inside information about 2 years ago about his family. I just felt it was a little inappropriate to talk about the death of some people and put it out on the internet, so I didn't do it. I'm going to make myself just a little smaller so you guys can see my favorite players here. Give me a second. Remember, I'm the only one working the graphics, doing the production and the audio and all that, so it is what it is. Next for me, Benjamin Morrison, Notre Dame. I love Benjamin Morrison. Don't care about what anybody has to say. I've loved his tape for a long time. Multiple years of seeing this guy dominate and play great football, so I'm with it. Barron, I love him a lot. Jade out of Texas. The only problem is he's under 6 feet tall. He's a hell of a player, hell of a gamer, but he's under 6 feet tall, and I don't like that. Maxwell Harrison at Kentucky, one of the best corners out there. I love his tape. He's very athletic. He's a beast. What's the problem? Well, the problem is he never really played to the level that we expected him to. So it's just difficult in that regard. But I'm with it. I'm with it all day. So there we go. Who did they pick? Did they announce who they picked yet? They didn't? They're just on the phone? They won't show us he's on the phone with? Who are they speaking with? Cam Ward? Shador Sanders? Who are they speaking with? Let me know. Somebody let me know. Next corner, Darian Porter. He's like 6'4". I love the entire Iowa State secondary, so don't hate me for this. Like, don't just understand. I evaluated the entire Iowa State secondary 2 years ago, and I walked away from it saying, wait, we have 3 NFL guys in this secondary, and 2 of them are right here. And there's more, but one of them's not even in the draft right now. Shout out to Coop. Cooper's a beast. So I'm with that all day. Darian Porter's him. Former 400-meter runner, by the way, long strider. Noah Williams had a breakout year this year at Cal. Love what I see on tape. Can't ignore it. Love the production. Trey Amos. Wasn't sold on Trey Amos initially when he started transferring to all the Power 5 schools, but what he did at Ole Miss this year, I respect. So there you go. Zy Alexander, another young man that I can't shake what I see on tape. Him and Cypress, for me, Fentrell Cypress, Zy Alexander, I just won't ignore them. NFL can say what they want to say. I'm going to stick with what I got. I like Zy Alexander a lot. Shout out to him at LSU. I already told you about Porter. Corey Black is a physical specimen. You'll probably see him get drafted in the 2nd round or 3rd round, the latest. I love Corey Black. He's a beast of a man. Super athletic. Upton Stout, most people sleep on him, but I'm a big believer in Western Kentucky's secondary, so shout out to Upton Stout. Elijah Huzzy, former 3-star quarterback out of Heard County here in Georgia, went to East Tennessee first. And he was playing over there, playing corner. Then he moves over to North Carolina. Shut down corner, looking great. Obviously, he got there after Dre Bly left to go to the Lions, so I was a little worried. But he's also got special teams value as a punt returner. So Elijah Huzzy's him. The problem is he did get injured. He did miss some time. I still believe in Elijah Huzzy. That's one of my favorite players. Deep hitting gem. I don't know when he gets drafted, but he should. And then Fentrell Cypress, transferring from Virginia down to Florida State, balling out of his mind. Mello Dotson ran a terrible 40 time. We're talking about, you know how people go like, Travis Hunter's really fast. I saw him pull away from Kansas corners. Both Kansas corners are running 4.8 40s. It's insane. It's insane. But I still like the way Mello Dotson plays. I could have chose Kobe, but I'm there. Bilal Kone. Let's see. I made a video on him as a deep hidden gem, or maybe a next up video on him 2 years ago when he was transferring out of Indiana State. Think about that. The luck I have. I picked a guy transferring from Indiana State to Western Michigan 2 years ago. And here he is in the draft, and I think he's getting drafted. Yeah, I'm on it. Excuse me for a second. Next is Isis Waxter. No surprise here. Just a good player. I think he plays really good man defense. And he's where'd he play ball at? Villanova. So Villanova, I like that kid. Kendall Bowler, he's a little bulky. He's a little big, but he played his ball at Florida A&M. So I got a FAMU guy on here. Probably won't get drafted, but I think he's a beast. I wouldn't mind them spending a draft pick on him. It's official now. Cam Ward just got drafted to the Titans, meaning Will Levis era is over. I told you Will Levis ain't shit. I never believed in Will Levis. Where did I have him in my top 10 2 years ago? Let's look at quarterbacks. You don't even see Will Levis in my top 10 2 years ago. 2 years ago when Will Levis was coming out, I didn't put him in my top 10. And there you go. He's trash. Browns just traded with the Jags. In the first round or second overall pick? Wow, what does that mean? That means Travis Hunter's going to the Jags? Or are you lying to me? All right, so those are all the corners. Oh, Beanham is very good as well. Shout out to Dallas Beanham. Yeah, I like all these kids. So, beast of players. Those are all my corners that I have on the chart. There's obviously other corners. I didn't get to do a full episode on corners. I would have been talking to you guys about corners for fucking 2 hours because there's 50 guys. So, there you go. Let's see the next safeties. The safeties, obviously, you know Nick is here. Nick got the big stick. I've been on Nick for 2 years now. I've been telling you guys on Twitter, anybody who'll listen, Nick follows me on Twitter for a reason. Because I was the first person to go out there and just say, hey, yo, there's a safety at South Carolina better than everybody. And everybody's like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. We got Caleb Downs and Malachi Starks. And I was going, nah, they're great. They're cool. Nick is him. And here we are. It's draft night. Let me know if I was wrong. I wasn't wrong for years. Malachi Starks, love everything about him. Been watching Malachi Starks since he was a running back in high school at Jefferson. So I've been a fan of his for many years, before he ever got to Georgia. Shout out to him. Jonas Sanker, been on him for 2 years. If you're an MVP, you know this. I've been talking about Jonas Sanker, Virginia starting safety. Xavier Watts, stud at Notre Dame. I still believe in him. Andrew McCubba, transferred to Texas this year, but played all his years at Clemson. Love the kid. Shout out to McCubba. Kevin Winston Jr., good player. Mickens wouldn't have been starting at Clemson if McCubba didn't leave. So we're there. Billy Bowman, Oklahoma, good player. I got him on there. Marcus Sigel, dude transferred from North Dakota State to, wait, he went to the East Coast first. Where did he go? I don't remember where he went. Maybe JMU. And then he transferred to Kansas State. And this is all Chris Kleiman leveraging his assessment of players that went to North Dakota State and just keeps grabbing them. And that's one of these guys who I think is going to make it in the NFL. And then I snuck one in, bro. Top 10, I snuck one in. And if people don't believe me, you didn't watch the tape, okay? I got a guy named Crawford down here. Keaton Crawford from Nevada. I'm watching tape. You guys know we watch a lot of West Coast football late at night on Fridays and Saturdays. I watch a lot of Nevada football. That's a real player. So I'm on Crawford at number 10 for me for safeties. My 5 favorite safeties, once again, Iowa State secondary, elite to me. Love everything about those players. And there you go. Malik Verdon, my favorite safety in the draft from Iowa State. Number 2, Hunter Wohler. You want a white boy that can tackle? That's Hunter Wohler. Okay, he's a beast. Shout out to him in Wisconsin. Donovan McMillan transferring from Florida to Pitt. Didn't have a great year, but I'm still on him. Shamari Simmons. Turn on that Arizona State tape, and you can't miss Shamari Simmons. He's nice with it. J.J. Roberts, dominating at Marshall. Those are my guys. Now, J.J. Roberts, he went from like being an in-the-box safety to a free safety, and vice versa in the last 2 years. So you'll see like a lot of passes deflected one year, a lot of tackles in the box the next year. I don't care. I watched all the tape, and all I see is a player, like a football player with versatility. I like J.J. Roberts a lot. I look forward to him being drafted day 2 or 3. So we'll figure that out. Not a hard one there, right? All right, Mike Smith Jr., my guy. Listen to this. My deep hitting gems. Mike Smith Jr. is getting drafted. I hope so. We never know. Tamarian Wilson hits hard. What a beast. I think he played at Central Arkansas. 2nd overall pick. 4th overall pick, 6th round pick. So the trade is the Jaguars just got the 2nd overall pick. So they're going to go get Travis Hunter. 4th round pick, 6th round pick. The Browns got the 5th overall pick. Okay, we just swapped. To move back 3 spaces, the Browns got a 2nd round pick. They swapped 4th rounds. And a 1st round pick in 26 to move back 3 spaces? Holy smokes. Tells me the Browns want an offensive lineman or an edge rusher. Holy shit. Move back 3 spaces, you got a 1st round pick in 26. Yo, the Browns are making moves. The Browns are making moves. Somebody got fleeced. Somebody got fleeced. Let's go back to safeties here. Tamorrin Wilson, I think he played at Central Arkansas. Liked him a lot. Tommy McCormick, beast. Kenny Gallup, and White. White's actually pretty decent. Where did White play? Lafayette. All these guys I love. Super athletic dudes. I believe in everything they're doing, so we'll see how it goes. All right, back to what we're saying. Yo, the draft's about to start. You never dropped a cornerback video. Got to that. So you can't show the draft. Zay, no one can show the draft. That would be a copyright infraction. I would never show the draft. I would never violate the law, bro. I'm a law-abiding citizen. We don't get down like that. I can do DraftCast where you can see the picks. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. The Browns are now armed to select a quarterback in this or the next year's draft. Oh, they'll probably get one next year. There's a lot of guys to choose from next year. They're currently on 3 of the top 36 picks. Yeah, man, go get your depth, bro. Go get an offensive lineman or an edge rusher. Hey, can you believe this? Travis Hunter is going to the Jaguars. This man is from northern Florida, moved to Georgia. This man's from the area, bro. This is where he wants to be, near his family. They're ecstatic. And look at Travis. He knew this was coming. There's no phone call needed. Travis knew it was going down, bruh. Shout out to Travis. Who will the next pick be? Number 2, Travis Hunter. There you go. Shout out to Travis. My score is impeccable. I didn't know there was a score thingy. Where's the this is draft crap. Let me control scroll this real quick. Where the hell? That's pick 1. Next pick. Oh, they're showing me on the clock right here. Okay, the pick is in. The pick is in. Who we getting? My boy Travis. They got themselves a role player. That's pretty cool. Got themselves a perennial backup. It's pretty cool. They're going to start him. You know, one guy told me I missed on the entire 49ers draft last year when I said the 49ers didn't draft any starters. And then this guy goes, they started 6 of these guys. And I go, yeah, I know. And did you see their record? They started 6 of those rookies that they drafted. I told you none of them were starters in the NFL. If you start 6 of those scrubs, you deserve the record you got. That's real. You deserve it. Anyways, how do you feel like if Mykel Williams got drafted by Dallas? Kenneth Guy, I would be a little disappointed. Number 1, that would mean Mykel Williams fell out of the top 10 in the draft, which is a little absurd for me. I think he should go somewhere in the 8, 9, 10 range. But shout out to Dallas if they get a good edge rusher. They haven't struggled with finding edge rushers. They evaluate them correctly, so more power to them. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this big guy who's wearing a suit? I don't know who that is. He's the man of the year? I don't know NFL players by their face. They wear helmets most days. Oh, these fans are gross, bro. What's he saying? It's Eric Armstead. Okay. They misspelled Eric. They spelled Eric with an A. Do anybody know anyone with an A? Eric? Who's the other Eric you know? Who's that Eric guy that was stealing vapes from all the shops? Who's that Eric guy that couldn't walk past any shops without kicking in the door and stealing the vapes? Who's that former 5-star? Eric Gilbert? Everybody got mad at me when I said, oh, that guy's a bum. They, oh, Rico, you gotta understand the kids are hurting. The kids are hurting. Here we go. I don't even know what he's saying, bro. Is he saying a joke? He's smiling and laughing. What up, Lewis Hinton? RicoKnows. Hey, the GOAT knows. Jacksonville Jaguars. They wanted Travis Hunter. They got him, bro. They had to give up their left arm. Their left nut. You the GOAT, Rico. Hopefully these GMs don't do any stupid shit tonight. What do you mean? Sadie, we just saw it. The man's going to the Jaguars. What a great move. I wouldn't have hugged that girl. Oh, no. That's why he's wearing pink, bro. That's why he's wearing pink. Oh, man. That boy ain't never touched any pink. Not that he didn't have to pay for. Not that he didn't have to pay for. Look at him walking. Ugh. Ugh. Whoa, who's in the green? That shit is gross. Who taught these kids to do this? Dude, there's not a game. Travis, there's no game. You know what's cool, though? At least he's at the draft. Not like them other losers who won't go to the draft. Not like them dudes sitting at home talking about, I'm going to throw a party. We're legendary. Be legendary. Be legendary. He said, get it right. Make sure it fits. Duval. Is he going to say it wrong? Is he going to go, Duval? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not these terrible dance moves. You kids think that's dancing, man. It's gross. I promise you. Y'all ain't good dancers. Ugh. Congratulations to Travis Hunter. That's an awesome decision there for him to not hold out and say, I'm not going to Jacksonville. I don't play in small cities. I don't play in cities with warm weather and beautiful chicks. I don't do it, man. I want to play in Seattle. Shout out to Travis. Oh, they're going to show you a bunch of stuff. They'll show you FCS tape. They're going to show it to you. But they don't show you the reps where he couldn't cover anyone. It's so weird. They don't show you the reps where he was getting abused. Then they go, oh, Rico, don't show that tape. He was only a freshman. He was only a freshman. You can't show that tape. I'm like, okay. Where's the Kyle Williams highlight? Where's the highlight where Kyle Williams is blowing past him? Well, I got to see this shit. Not one of these defenders I see him beating is getting drafted. Not one of these defenders I see him beating is getting drafted. None of them. There ain't nobody on that Utah defense getting drafted. Here he goes. What a great play. Nah, not second overall, man. This is foolish. Congrats. It is what it is. Let's go back up. Rico, I always look forward to your content, whether it's college football, UFC, always profitable with your analysis. Thanks. Derek Newcomer, he's anything but a newcomer. Derek Newcomer's been an MVP and been rocking with me for at least 2 years now. Shout out to Derek Newcomer. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Lewis Henton, Roll Tide Roll. My fiance is a white woman and everything is a casserole. So Lewis Henton is a black man. He's married a white woman and everything is a casserole. I'm sorry for you, bro. I really am. They really think they're throwing down, bro. They break out with the Old Bay. They think they're throwing down in the kitchen. Trust me. They think they're doing it. And that's why I taught Kim real quick. I'm like, yo, babe, when you make that rice, here's this pack of sazon, and here's how you make sofrito, okay? Just make sure you don't be feeding me. And she goes, but babe, I make a really nice jasmine rice. I'm like, I know, babe. I know you cook. Hey, you girls from Louisiana can throw down. You make mean-ass gumbo. You make some mean-ass crawfish. I get it. But listen to me. Every day, we're going to go to the Mexican meat market, the carne asada, and we're going to come home with carne asada. That's meal. We're going to come home with carnitas, and we're going to eat like some people out here, bro. We ain't doing that bagel. We ain't doing that bagel and cream cheese. I'll make breakfast for you. What are you making for breakfast? Pancake? Get the fuck out of my house. Where's my chorizo and egg? Get away from me, bro. It's true story. True story. That really happened. Shout out to you in the casserole. Hey, Lewis Henton, enjoy a life of casserole, bro. Enjoy a life of casserole. And good credit. When does it start? Danny Daily Shorts. It's been on, bro. It started at 8 Eastern. Google's your friend. Moose Vavo. Chiefs first round pick. Mose. I'm down with Moose. I'm down with Mose. He's a former starting guard and center at Fresno State. He is not a first-round pick. If he is, that'd be really surprising to me. Really surprising to me. I like him a lot. The pick is in for the Giants. Giants pick is in. It's not hard, bro. It's not hard. They're taking Abdul Carter. And more. And they go, we got Lawrence Taylor. Without all the cocaine and underage girls. Shout out to Lawrence Taylor. You guys all praise these criminals, man. I see dudes all the time. They get all excited. Oh no, so-and-so's the bad. I'm like, bro, these guys are criminals. Look at these dudes. They're all excited. Oh my God, we got Abdul Carter. Bro, we've known he's going to be at 3. Hopefully they shock the world and went Michael. Wouldn't it be awesome if they went Michael? That would be awesome. See what happens. 1 second. My mom is a 5'1" white woman from Lynchburg, Virginia. What up, Coaches Bryant? She's good at what she's good at, but seasoning ain't it. There you go. Abdul Carter, number 3, going to the Giants. Congratulations. Hey, at least he's wearing something okay. Wait, what is it with these chains, bro? Motherfucker looking like he part of Run DMC. Are we serious? These guys are gross. What is he wearing? Did he forget his jacket? What is this? What is that suit called? What is that top called? Somebody gotta have to tell me what that top is called. It looked like he needs a rug to start praying. He looks like one of the dudes who hit the towers. What is that shit called? Oh, no. Coach Brian is 6'5", by the way. He's letting you know his mom's only 5'1". Shout out to that. Don't hate on your mom's cooking. It's not tasteful. Kairos MMA says, people acting like Travis as your number 5 is horrible. That's a solid place to be. Oh, definitely. Top 10 is solid. If you're in my top 10, I want you to go ham. Remember this. If I put players in my top 10, I'm pulling for them all day. I really am. I really am. Yo, Rico, Cam Ward, number 1 per sources. Paguno, what sources you got, bro? What sources you got? Per sources. Per ESPN? Per every motherfucker on Twitter, bro? What's up? Juicer. His name is Juicer. He says Browns just traded with the Jags. Nice stuff. Jack Hiltz is here. Jack Hiltz says Jake Haener with a bunch of laughs and cries. Hold on. Jack Hiltz. Now, I know you never pulled a girl from the club. I know you never went to the club and met a girl on the dance floor, started dancing with her, let her feel your little Aztec warrior, rub up against her, and she said, I got to take this man home. I know you've never experienced that in your life. I just know. Because if you ever experienced that in your life, you wouldn't be sending me little emojis. You wouldn't be sending a 42-year-old man emojis. That's number 1, Jack Hiltz. Number 2, if you ever experienced that in your life, then you know the next morning you woke up and you looked over your shoulder and you said, oh shit, I brought home a hyena. We brought home some grenades. You looked over and said, I got to chew my arm free. I don't want to wake her. You understand me? That's the same thing Jake Haener did to me, bruh. He fucking tricked me. He started using steroids. Harassment and bullying. Hold up. You kids are the worst, bro. We'll just turn you guys off. We don't care about TikTok. We'll turn you guys off. We don't care about you guys. I just got flagged for harassment and bullying. I'm talking about the NFL draft. We don't need none of you dudes. We get rid of all you dudes. You ever taken a girl home from the club? You wake up the next morning, she don't look the same? She tricked you. She was wearing makeup. Pretty cute outfit. The lighting, it was dark. Jake Haener did the same shit, man. Jake Haener used steroids to trick the rest of us into thinking he was a good football player. And then once he got to the league, he got popped for steroids, got banned. You don't remember? He started his rookie season banned. He looked great. Dude must have been on the juice for years. What do? You get tricked. But you know what's crazy, Jack Hiltz? You look at that entire chart. For the last 3 years, I've got charts out. And you just mentioned the same one over and over and over. Jake Haener. Jake Haener. Jake Haener. One, bro. One. Could you imagine? Look at this dude. These dudes won't even show up. Why do they keep showing me a couch? They keep showing me a shitty couch. No people, just a couch. There won't be anybody on that couch till tomorrow. Excuse me. You can't show me. Dude, you can't make a living. You couldn't make a living talking about my missus. You'd run out of content. But if you wanted to talk about my hits, bro, if you want to talk about the times I got it right, I have a playlist with over 300 videos called I Was Right. Over 300 entries on that chart, on that playlist. 300. And I don't even make them anymore. We very rarely even add to that playlist because I'm right all the time. I'm right on UFC all the time. I'm right on college football all the time, the transfer portal. I was right on my girl. I'm right on you. I'm right on everything. That's just your life, bro. You live a substandard life and you're here watching me. That's unfortunate. Cam Ward to the Titans. Got it, Blake. We saw it. what you rank Robert McDaniel from Jackson State in your DB rankings. Jamin Mosey, I don't go all the way beyond the top 10 and my top 5 and 5 underdogs. I evaluated Robert. He's not on my list. I try not to pick too many HBCU guys. The reality is HBCUs don't get drafted at a large number. They really don't. So it doesn't matter. Like, you can sit around and be like, yo, this guy's banging, this guy's banging. They're not. They're not going to make it. A lot of it has to do with the pedigree of the program, the level of competition, the metrics. They just don't make it. I'm not saying they're not ballers. I'm saying they're not NFL caliber. Panthers are getting Jalen or Mason. Panthers are getting Jalen or Mason. Okay. Cool. Where does Ashton Genty go now? Seems like he may spiral. Well, running back shouldn't go that high to begin with, right? They say get a running back, all this stuff that the Patriots are in. Who are the Patriots getting? You want to know who I would get if I was the Patriots? Will Campbell. If I'm the Patriots, I get Will Campbell. And I want you guys to know something. This Armin Membo guy right here, him shooting up the charts is a crime. You guys want to talk about, somebody shoots up the charts every year that doesn't deserve it? This guy is not it for me. I watched the tape. I'm not on him like that. I'm just letting you know. This will be posted on YouTube forever. So 3-4 years from now, you can come back and look at it, and you'll be like, man, Rico was talking crazy. No, it wasn't. Sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is. Sometimes you got to know what you're saying. Sometimes you got to put it out there before everybody else. And that's what I'm doing. I'm with it. The Jags were better off grabbing a wide receiver here and a corner with next year's pick. Nuck. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't start going hypothetical. Are you the guy that says, I cleared $3,000 every month, so this month I'm going to buy this. Next month I'm going to buy this. Next month I'm going to buy this. And then next year I'm going to have this. And then, yeah, dude, none of that is going to matter, bro. You get a flat tire tomorrow. Think about that for a second. You don't even know if you're going to have the same GM next year. You could switch GMs. You could switch owners. You don't know what you're doing next year. Just make your decisions right now. Make your picks. It's all good. Jags got a guy that's going to sell jerseys. You know how many Travis Hunter jerseys are going to sell tonight? Jacksonville Jaguar Travis Hunter jerseys are going to sell like crazy. No one was going to buy a Cleveland Browns Travis Hunter jersey. Nobody. Cleveland Brown jerseys are awful. They look like shit. Like, they're terrible. Come on now. Let's be real. No, they spelled it right. It's actually spelled like that. Evan Goki. You're talking about Eric? Are you serious, dude? You think I didn't know Eric Armstead's name was with an A? Bro, the number one sign of a lack of intelligence is the inability to detect sarcasm. You guys better get with it, man. If you think I'm sitting over here and I'm not calculated and educated, I'm probably the smartest person you've talked to today. I'm probably the smartest person you come across today. And I mean that in the whole wide world. Will Campbell just went off the board. Who did I say they would take? Will Campbell. Motherfucking prophet, okay? One of the most educated people you're going to meet. I'm a genius, bro. You think I don't know his name was with an A? Detect the sarcasm. It's wild. Eric. Bro, skip my question. Colton, never skipping your questions. What was your question? Do you think the defensive end or linebacker has a greater drop-off after the top 5 get taken? The top 5 from each position? Definitely linebacker has a greater drop-off, for sure. Linebackers for sure. Because there's so many defensive ends. Like, it's very deep at defensive end. Edge rushers everywhere. Even some linebackers can be edge rushers, right? So, like Jalen Walker. So, it's linebackers is not that deep. Just not. I like about 8 of them, but we're not going there. Duval. Duval. How'd he do it? The coach did it backwards, bro. He says, these Colorado guys become so unlikable so quickly. It's insane. Nope. I don't think it's the players, man. The players are fine. It's the fans of those players. The fans are unbearable. I talk to the fans. I talk to the players every day, and I talk to the fans every day. The fans are unbearable. The players are real. Players keep it real with me all the time. They know there's no hard feelings. Hey, Rico, it is what it is. Da-da-da-da. They keep it moving. They don't dwell on shit. The fans pretend like they've known about Colorado their whole lives. They pretend to rock and rep Colorado. And you know what's crazy? Is I know they're Miami Heat fans. Like, I know they're Miami Heat fans. And I know that they were once Cleveland Cavalier fans. I know that they're now Laker fans. They're just bandwagon fans, bro. They just jump around. They only support teams that look like them. That's what they say. They don't say it like that, but that's what they say every day. That's what they say every day with their actions and their words and their comments. They can't give you a real assessment on anything. No. They just sit there, hey, man, Jackson Dart sucks. He ain't better than Shedeur. I'm just letting you know he ain't better than Shedeur. That's the fuck they tell me all day long. And I'll be sitting here like, yo, bro, I'm watching tape on two dudes. I'm trying to figure out if they were on a neutral team, who would be the starter. Like, if we had tryouts tomorrow and we had to try to compete, who's getting the starting position? Like, what are we doing? They don't know. They don't have a fucking clue. Now, the Browns pick is in. The Browns dropped back 2 spots. Did they still get the player that they wanted at 3? Is it Ashton Genty? If they wanted Ashton Genty and they moved back 3 spots, are they still going to get him? That's pretty cool. If you think about it, the Browns might have won this thing. The Browns might have won this thing just by passing on Travis Hunter. Now, you might go down in history as the team that passed on Travis Hunter. Kind of like all the teams that passed on Randy Moss. Especially the Cowboys when they took Greg Ellis instead of Randy Moss, which was wild. And the next year they took Ebenezer Ekubon in the first round. It's fucking nuts. Okay? So Travis went second. Yes, Travis went second overall. Yes. What WTF is he wearing? Bro, we don't know what these dudes are. Oh, you were talking about. I know who you're talking about when you wrote that. Paguno, I just got to your comment. You were talking about Abdul Carter wearing an outrageous outfit, bro. You guys are rich now. You don't have to dress like that. You don't have to dress like you were shopping at a thrift store. You guys know what I'm saying? You see this man's jacket? You see his coat? He thought he was going to the Jaguars. He got a Jaguars colored suit. Thought he was going to the Jags 4th. That's what he thought. Or 5. My bad, 5. He thought he was going to the Jags. I can't hear what he's saying, but I can tell you, I know this. That man stinks. You guys ever been around linemen? Linemen smell gross. My brother was a quarterback, man. The back of his hand smelled like somebody's dirty nutsack for a long time. Linemen smell bad. Their pads stink. I don't care. They're just big dudes. Can't wash every crevice. Them dudes stink. They can tell me they don't. They can say they don't. I'm just letting you know. Linemen are nasty, bro. You ever smelled a 300-pound woman? Woo-hoo! Woo! We were driving home yesterday from the gym, and this homeless girl had a sign up. Now, she says she's homeless. She's too well-fed to be homeless. She's a big girl. She had a sign, and the sign said, homeless, $1 helps, God bless. And then she wrote, I need a shower. That's what she wrote. I need a shower. I was just thinking, like, how do we donate a shower to this chick? You ain't coming to my house for a shower. What do you say? Why'd you say that on your sign? I need a shower. It's wild. All right, let's see what this dude. He came out without the bicycle. What was the deal with the bicycles anyway? Somebody explain to me in the chat. What was the deal with the bicycles? Who do we get? Who just got drafted? Mason Graham? Mason Graham! They wanted Mason, bruh. Shout out to Servite High School. High school teammates with Noah Fafita and T-Mac, and he got drafted before them. Mason Graham. Going to Cleveland. He already lives in Michigan. Now he's going to Cleveland. Who's these dudes he's hugging, bro? Shout out to Mason. Dude, he's walking around carrying chains, bro. He's on the chain gang. There you go. Mason's a beast. Shout out to Servite. Is what it is. Pete Carroll trolling on Twitter right now, suggesting they're taking Jackson Dart. Oh. That's cool. What did the Jags trade to go up in the second? to number 2, chicken. They traded a first-round pick from 2026. They swapped picks, and then they moved some other picks. Yeah, they traded some stuff. When I was in kindergarten, what up, Kairos MMA? When I was in kindergarten, I went to my white best friend's house. They grilled fish, and the only seasoning they put on it was pepper. They told me it's got a little bit of a kick. Oh, man. That shit's wild, bro. That's wild. Some people, they don't know seasoning, dude. They don't know seasoning. It's craziest shit I ever seen. It's nuts. The people go their whole life like this. Kim and I, we were out here in north of, I can't tell you where I live, but I live in a place. We moved cities, and we were driving in this city, and we passed by a buffet. It was called BJ's Country Buffet. We passed by this joint. It was packed. I'm talking packed, bumper to bumper packed. You could barely park in this place, and we're like, yo, it must be popping in there. I said, oh, I wanted to go to this Mexican restaurant. She's like, no, let's go back to that buffet. I'm like, all right, cool. So we go back to the buffet. It's not bad. It's not price crazy. It's kind of small, but it's got everything buffet, like a country buffet. So it's got cornbread, mac and cheese, fried chicken, some other shit. Okay. Biscuits and gravy. It's all this food that you guys eat. I'm Mexican, bro. I'm not accustomed to this shit. But anyways, so we go grab all the food, and we're getting plates, and it smells good. So we grab all the plates, and we sit down, and we start eating, and we're not talking to each other. We're just trying to eat it. And like I eat a little bit of one thing, and I stop, and then I eat a little bit of another thing, a little bit of another thing, a little bit. And after a while, I look at my plate. I had 2 plates, and I said, everything here is terrible. Like, this shit is bad. It's all missing an ingredient. It tasted like DFAC food. If you don't know what that means, dining facility food in the Army. It tasted like it was missing an ingredient. It tastes like cafeteria food. It tasted terrible. And we were looking around the restaurant, and everybody's chowing down. These people are eating the shit out of this. And we're in the South. Black and white people eating all the fried chicken, eating all the collard greens, all the this, that, and that. They're all excited about this food. And we're looking at each other like, this shit is gross. Like, they don't know what flavor it's. They live so far off the beaten path. They live in such rural places that they don't know how to flavor food. They don't know how to season it. This shit is gross. And what's crazy is we ended up a couple weeks later, maybe a couple months later, excuse me. I fly my father out here to come visit. I had my pops here, and he's, let's go run. Let's go for a run. So I go running in the morning. He's walking the trail or whatever. I run trails all the time. And so I take off for a run, and he's walking, and he calls one of his friends, this couple that he used to hang out with and go for walks on in the morning. And these are elderly people, right? So they're walking, and his friends walk up, and they're like, oh, hey, Rico, nice to meet you. Because I'm running out 2 miles and running back 2 miles. So I'm on my way back to the car. They're just walking, so we meet each other at some point. And I introduce myself to them. They introduce themselves to me, and everything's cool. And then the lady goes, you know what? Where do you live now? I tell her where I live. She goes, oh, we love a restaurant out there. And I'm like, okay, cool. She goes, we should all go to lunch there. And I'm like, well, what place? And she tells me the buffet, BJ's Country Buffet. I'm like, nah, bruh. And I'm just standing there. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's your favorite restaurant? She goes, it's our favorite. The food's so good. And I'm like this. So then Kim, she's walking Ash. She's walking the puppy. Kim starts catching up to the group. So Kim comes back. She was ahead of my father, so she's coming back like if she ran 2 miles and coming back. Kim's coming back, and I can't wait to tell her in front of them to get the reaction. And I go, hey, Kim, just so you know, Genty just went to Green Bay? My bad, 1 second. Who made it? The Raiders picked them? The Raiders took Ash and Genty? Ah! I didn't see that coming. Or did I talk about that in the video? I might have talked about that in the video. Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome for him. I know he's excited about that. Go with Pete Carroll? Go do some work on the West Coast? The Texas kid. Oh, they're in Vegas. I keep thinking they're in L.A. The Raiders aren't in L.A. no more? The Raiders aren't in L.A. no more? That's crazy. Anyways, so Kim walks up. I go, yo, Kim, they want to go eat at this place. Hey, long story short, plans fell through. We were all going to go to that buffet again. And Kim's like, I'm not eating. I'm not ordering nothing. I'm not eating there. I'm like, all right, cool. Then they called and they canceled on the trip. So that was cool because we didn't have to eat there. It was going to be a nightmare. It was going to be a rough one. It was going to be a rough one. We didn't want to have to eat there. Let me tell you. We didn't want to have to eat there. We're an hour in the draft. 6 picks have been made. Shame on the NFL for dragging this shit out. 1 hour in, 6 picks made. Absolutely ridiculous. Get your shit together, NFL. What is this? What is he wearing? Pete Carroll. Yup. Rico broke out the pager. Brandon Bowen. I actually had to turn it off. I had it on all day, but I kept getting hit the pagers and kept getting beeps, and had to tell the hoes to back off. What up, man? Ashton Genty. Oh, he comes out dancing. Dude, you ain't got to dance. You should have won the Heisman. You don't have to dance, bro. Just carry yourself like regal. Can't wait to see where Thomas goes. Shout out to you, Mello. Bad pick. He will be mid. Shout out to Jeff Dillinger. You right and counting. Let's go. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. What up, Fear Metro? Ashton top 5. He better have 2,000 for the next 3 years. Well, that's a bit absurd. That's absolutely ridiculous to try to put that label on him. You don't need to have 2,000 yards for the next 3 years. 2,000 yards is such a ridiculous premise to have. Right? Emmitt Smith rushed for... Look at there's Emmitt Smith. He rushed for 900 yards as a rookie. And no one said he better have 2,000. He was taking, what, 18th, 22nd overall? 18th overall? Come on, man. What's wrong with you guys? I got the TV on mute. I don't even know what they're going to talk about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I want to say. You guys are tripping. There he goes. And he outran everybody. Yikes. That defense not good. Look at that. His NFL comparison. Emmitt Smith. You know how fast Emmitt Smith was? His 40? 4.55. 4.55. He was always fat. Look who he's outrunning, dude. Look at those secondary players. It's why you guys don't understand. Like, everybody always goes, Jerry Rice ran a 4.7. Yeah, so did everybody else. Everybody ran a 4.6 or a 4.7. There was like 5 guys that could run under 4.4. 5 guys in the whole draft that could run under 4.5, I should say. I went and studied the damn combine results of the 80s and 90s. It's crazy. You'll see like 3 dudes under 4.5, and then the rest of the draft is all 4.7, 4.8. People always talk about it like it's some astronomical thing. It's like, no, that's what the speed of skill athletes were back then. So shout out to them. Your friends don't know. Ashton, yep, probably be the number 1 or 2 selling jerseys for real. Oh, you're talking about Travis Hunter? Travis Hunter's going to be the number 1 selling jersey. Shedeur Sanders, I don't know if anybody wants to buy a second-round picks jerseys. It is what it is. That's funny. What up, Jay Earn? Need the Bucks at 19 to get a defensive end from Boston College or Jahid Campbell. Ezekaru, if he's still there, you'll be much more happier with him. He's got all the chance in the world to be great. There's Texas. I told you he's from Lone Star. These boys, oh, he's wearing Raiders gear. These boys are excited. I don't think they ever met him, but they're excited. Good for them, man. These kids are like, yo, that could be me. That could be me. Not really. We probably get one of those every 20 years. Browns don't win ever. Very true. Rico, I got 2 D1 offers after your post now. What up, Ty Henry? Shout out to you, man. I posted for you on Twitter, if that's right, if I remember correctly. I posted for you, man. I'm trying to get everybody an offer, man. I had a young man reach out to me today. He's a JUCO bounce back, FCS bounce back. He has no offers whatsoever. Within an hour, I had some coaches calling him. So just do your best, man. Just do your best to get your grades straight. And, seats are limited, but I hope you got offers, man. Congratulations, Ty Henry. David Pitton says, Rico, were you in the DMV? Is there a good high school football comparable to Georgia and California? And did you like Baltimore or DC? Okay, so in the DMV, there's really good football, but you got to find it. The 2 places that come to mind are actually closer to Rockville, if you remember where Rockville or Gaithersburg is, a little closer to DC. They're Good Counsel and Quincy Orchard. Those are the 2 high schools that I can think of. Now, I don't know how good they are year in and year out, but they're usually perennial powers. When I was there, I was watching the hell out of all those games. So there's them. Now, what did I like more, Baltimore or DC? I didn't like to go to DC. A lot of traffic. DC's a little run down and nasty. I'm not big on DC other than if I want to see the monuments. Baltimore, the Inner Harbor's popping. The Inner Harbor's popping. Baltimore's where it's at. And if you're outside of Baltimore just a little bit, there's a place called Cancun Cantina. It's a country club and a nightclub, and you can go inside and get you a white chick, or you can go outside and get you a Latino. You can figure your life out. I'm just letting you know that's where it's at. So I genuinely appreciate Baltimore just a little more. I'm not rocking Baltimore city streets, though. Let's be real. I'm staying at the Inner Harbor where it's touristy. I'm not messing with anything else. So there you go. But I've lived in Rockville. I've lived in Glen Burnie, Laurel, Columbia, and I got a daughter lives up in the DMV area. We're actually going to be there. I'm going to be there probably in like 2 weeks. So I'm going to be in that area in about 2 weeks, David. I'm going to go down to Florida first, and then I'm going to head up there for a little bit. I got my daughter playing she's got championship basketball games next week. So I'm going to go see her play. Her team, I think it's not AAU for her this time. It's like some recreational shit, but I'm going to go watch it. Shout out to Forever. I messed up my bet. I thought the over were unders. I'm slow. Yo, don't worry about it, man. Sometimes you guys date men when you thought they were women and vice versa, right? You might mess it up. You're like, yo, that chick looks pretty. And then you see the bulge and you're like, I'm here. Who cares? It is what it is. Mason Graham and Myles Garrett is kind of nasty. Yeah, it's kind of nasty, but let me say something to you about that, Jacoby. You can land a slam dunk at defensive end, and it won't change your team. So it doesn't really matter, right? You can go out there and land another Myles Garrett. You got Myles Garrett. What has he done? Oh, the Jets are doing what the Jets are doing. I'm letting you know now. The Jets just drafted a guy, Armin Membo. Like, I told you, he's not very good. You know who's never really good? The Jets. They just made a pick I would never make. Oh, man. The Jets doing Jets-like things. Holy shit. That's crazy, bro. Typical. Jets are typical. Who's running that shit? This is crazy. Holy shit. Holy smokes. Holy bejesus. Oh my goodness. So yeah, like I was saying, you can knock it out the park and get Myles Garrett. Doesn't matter. That doesn't win you anything. You got to get your quarterback position right before you can even improve as a team. Like, your quarterback position has to be right. So if you're not going into the draft trying to address your biggest issue, I don't know what you're doing. So if there's a quarterback out there that can change your franchise, do it. If you're in no position to do that, or you already have an all-pro, then more power to you. But they don't have it like that. Nah. What a terrible pick by the Jets, by the way. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Kelvin is so much better. When I'm telling you guys, the tape doesn't lie. Don't believe this hype or nothing. Kelvin is so much better. And they went out here and did this shit. Kelvin Banks is so much better than Armin Membo, who was my number 5 offensive tackle. Number 5. You got to be out your ever flipping mind. Let's see who's already off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 here. 6. Who am I missing, guys? Who got drafted that I'm missing? Travis Hunter got drafted. Who else? Let me know who else got drafted. Who did I miss? Mason Graham. The Panthers pick is in. Is it Jalen Walker? Is it Jalen Walker? I need to know. Is it Jalen Walker? It'll be huge if it's Jalen Walker. It'll be huge for gambling reasons. Genty, I didn't miss him. He's over here. He's at running back. He's my number 4 guy. All right, they're not showing it to you. If I missed anybody, let me know. Was it another lineman I missed? Who was nobody, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 picks are in? No, I'm missing one, guys. Talk to me. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who was the second pick overall? Travis Hunter. First pick, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter. Who was the third pick? Oh, Abdul Carter. That's what I'm missing. My bad. My bad. There we go. All right. Back to what I was saying. Let's go to the chat here. Yeah, so you want to go up there, you're going to get that, over Slow, Mason Graham, Myles Garrett. You're right, I was exaggerating, bro, but he better have major success. Yeah, everybody better have major success. You're getting drafted this high. Emmett played behind one of the greatest lines ever. Jeff Dillinger, I don't agree. I think Emmitt Smith made his linemen great. If I look at those linemen, Eric Armstead, Nate Newton, Mark Stepnowski, Larry Allen, I believe Emmitt Smith made those linemen Hall of Famers. That's how it works. Like, when you're a Hall of Fame player, you make other players Hall of Famers. There's a reason people advocate for Julian Edelman to be a Hall of Famer. But it's really about Tom Brady. Like, if you're a Hall of Fame player, you make players around you better. That's how that works. That's why Barry Sanders made nobody better, and he quit. And I'm not with Barry Sanders at all. He's a quitter, and he didn't make anybody better. That's how I feel about it. What? Get at me, all you losers. Let's go back down here. You're not lying about the DMV. The traffic is crazy out here. Yeah, I don't mess with it. I hate it. I used to live there. I don't mess with it. You haven't been to the DMV in a minute then. The new National Harbor is all that. It is in Oxon Hill, Maryland, right across from the National Airport. Oh, no, it is not all that, Rodney. Rodney, there's no greater. The new National Harbor. Are you talking about by the stadium? Are you talking about by the stadium with that stupid ass Ferris wheel, Rodney? Dude, I live there. I don't mess with y'all, bruh. DeMatha Catholic is cool. I don't consider DeMatha Catholic the DMV. I really don't. So, I mean, we just have different definitions of areas and things. I'm cool. But don't tell me nothing, bruh. I used to work at the Pentagon. I was always in D.C. You don't know. Rodney Mogg, take a nap, Rodney. Take a nap, bro. Baltimore streets will have you swapping out vehicle front ends every month. Yeah, I don't know, man. Typical Jets messing up for sure, breaking. Jacoby Harris says, even Jets fans didn't sound excited for the pick. I've never met a Jets fan in real life. I've never met one. It's like Bigfoot, bro. I mean, I've heard about him, but I never met him. Yeah, I never met a Jets fan in my life. You know why the Jets matter to people? The only reason people even know about the Jets for the last 20 years is because ESPN allowed Mike and Mike to go on for so long, and you had to hear about these two losers sitting around. You had to hear about Mike Greenberg talk about the Jets every day like they mattered. They're irrelevant. But because they were his favorite team, we had to hear that shit every morning. It was annoying, bruh. It was annoying. This motherfucker said, I'm from there, you just visited. Rodney, what do you mean I just visited? I live there. I lived there for multiple years, Rodney. I don't care where you're from, bro. Rodney, you're from your father's left nutsack, okay? That's where you're from. You swam out of that joint. Shout out to the Panthers for taking T-Mac, my number one wide receiver. I lived in the DMV. My daughter lives there till this day. Don't tell me I don't know the area. Shut up. I'm from there. Absurd. Jets had like one decent draft like 2 years ago. Everything else is bad. Oh, I can't relate. I don't know. I've never studied the Jets like that. Abdul Carter. Oh, that's what was missing on the chart. Thank you guys very much. If the Steelers pick Sanders, then it will be another Kenny Pickett situation. Not necessarily. Kenny Pickett was zero drama. Shedeur Sanders is going to go on this, media rampage. Shout out to Kim, though. Kim's going to be excited they got T-Mac because she knows he's my number one wide receiver. So for them to get... Oh, wait. The Panthers got him. My bad. The Saints are on... The Saints pick is in. My bad. T-Mac's going to the Panthers. We got Bryce Young, a weapon. Oh, man. We got Bryce Young, a weapon. DeMatha in the DMV for football. You don't know. QO in Gaithersburg. QGC in Olney. Yep. Those are my teams, you sir. Those are my teams. Sensei Rico is cooking tonight. Shout out to you, Rico. Shout out to me. Thank you so much. Didn't know about the harbor. Rodney. Bruh. When I live somewhere, I'm working, bro. I ain't got time to be doing leisurely shit. I don't go around sightseeing, dude. I didn't know about the harbor. I ain't been to the mall either. I didn't fuck with Tyson's Corner either. I was working. I was putting in work for the nation's damn safety. What's wrong with you? Never went to a Redskins game either. Shout out to Servite High School. 2 top 10 picks. Think about that. 2 top 10s from the same high school. 2 top 10s from the same high school. You imagine that high school team? People want to talk that shit. They beat St. John Bosco. They played 4 weeks in a row. It was St. John Bosco, Mater Dei, St. John Bosco, Mater Dei. It was like 4 out of the last 5 weeks of the season. They had to play them back to back to back because it was league play and then the playoffs. And they had to play them again. So they lost to St. John, lost to Mater Dei, then beat St. John's, then lost to Mater Dei again. It's one of the greatest teams ever, and all they have is 3 losses, but it's the amazing teams. It's fucking insane. That Servite team is one of the greatest high school teams ever. It's sad they got to show T-Mac highlights against the low-level comp. Same problem we had betting on him all last season. You know, last season, Breaking, we had no idea that coaching staff was boo-boo to fool. And I'm saying it. That Arizona coaching staff is T-rations, bro. T-rations. Hot garbage. They are the Rodneys of coaching. They are the Rodney Moggs of coaching. It is unreal what they were doing last year with amazing players. I still can't believe it. They coached them joints like they were... you ever seen somebody who just doesn't know how to succeed? Like, I know some dudes like this. Like, if you give them some money, they'll be broke in a week because they just make poor decisions. Maybe they ran a business and it failed, so then they started another business. That was obviously going to fail because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah. That's this Brett Brennan dude over at Arizona, bro. He's just not it. Not it. I hope T-Mac goes out there and looks like Kelvin Benjamin and bells out his quarterback all day. DeMatha, not the DMV, is crazy talk. Here we go. Rodney is sitting around owning his little territory. First, he wanted to brag about the fact that he knew the best tourist spot in the area. Rodney wanted to let me know he knows the best spot to get an ice cream. What do you mean you don't know? You didn't live there. I live here. I know the best spot to get an ice cream. Go for a long walk. There's live music in the street. Shut up, Rodney. Rip to T-Mac. He's fine. He's fine. We had such high hopes for Arizona. Hey, man. You don't know. I put 3 units on Arizona. So I was talking about the teams I missed on last year. Somebody asked me, Rico, do you ever miss? I'm like, yeah, dude, I miss. I don't dwell on my misses, but it happens. I miss. Well, who'd you miss on? I'm like, oh, shit. I missed on, oh, come on, give me Michael Williams. I missed on Arizona, North Carolina State, Rutgers. Those are big 4 ones for me. I think I missed on those 4 big time. See what we get here. Michael Williams. Kelvin Banks, not a bad pick. That means Michael dropped. That means Jalen Walker. Somebody's watching my podcast. Somebody's watching my podcast. They're watching the podcast, baby. And this man's from Texas. We ain't got to go far. We're going to the Saints. You made it, Kelvin. And you're better than the dudes drafted in front of you. We're going to New Orleans. Thoughts on Will Campbell to the Pats? Congratulations, Sultan. Congratulations. Shout out to Will Campbell. Shout out to what they're doing over there. It's exciting stuff, man. He'll be a lineman for the Pats for his whole career. Like, I don't think they'll ever get rid of him. He's amazing. He's amazing. Rico, do you ever miss being in the skiff doing work to protect the homeland? Oh, my goodness. You know, first off, skiff, secured compartmentalized information facility. So the abbreviation is a little different than you put there. It's SCIF. But I'm with you. I get it. Sensitive compartmentalized information facility. Here's what I want to say about it. There are days when we're sitting, like Kim and I today, we went to go eat at the clubhouse here on the golf course. We went to go eat at the grill. And we're just sitting there among all the rich folks. And we realize, okay, we're one of them. We're here. And we're just watching dudes missing their putts, and they're practicing their putts before they go out on the 27-hole course. And as we get to talking, I usually talk to Kim about, like, certain things that matter. Like, hey, today I got to make these videos. I got to make this. I got to make this. Usually for work, for what we're doing right here, content creation. But today we got to talking about, like, some old stories and some old stuff about the Army. And sometimes when we're sharing those stories or I start talking to her about it, it brings back such anxiety and stress that I don't miss it at all, man. Working in a skiff is not what you think it is. Number one, there's no cell phones allowed. So once you go in there, it's like a black hole from the world. You don't really know anything that's going on. But at the same time, that's when you realize, when you work in a skiff, that's when you realize the news doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, if any of you guys watch the news with your life, you're wasting your life. Like, if you wake up every day, you either watch CNN or Fox. I don't care, either one. Because you want to watch it for your political beliefs or whatever, you're wasting your life. It is the most uninformed nonsense in the world. And we know this because when you work for the government in certain capacities, you know the truth about situations, and then you go turn on the TV, you're like, oh my God, that's not even remotely true. Like, it's in another fucking stratosphere of truth. It's entertainment. It might as well be Geraldo and fucking Jenny Jones. It might as well be Ricky Lake and Talk Show and Montel Jordan. Like, that's, was it Montel Williams? My bad. Montel Jordan, this is how we do it. So that's what a skiff is for me. A skiff is the truth. You know, you get the truth behind it, but then you can't talk to anybody about it. So everything you do in there, you just be like, you go home and you just be like, oh no, that's not true. And you can't go into any more detail. No one will listen to you because what you know is too, like, outlandish. What you know is just, there's no way it's true. Like, what you're saying, you just be like, nah, that's not real. Right? So it is what it is. But I don't miss it. I hate the politics of it. I hate the, you know, if you think a jock is bad, let's say you guys think these football players are real assholes. They're bullies and they're jocks. There is nothing worse in this world than the arrogant nerd. The arrogant nerd is the worst, bro. Because that guy, you just look at him and you're just like, nah, we're not getting down with this. Dude will just be looking at you, thinks he knows it all, thinks he's a smart guy and all that, and he's just pompous, just arrogant as fuck. You just look at him like, get out of my office, right? Well, at least if you're senior ranking, you just be like, yeah, get out of my office, dude. You're not, sit down, get on the wall, just sit down. I don't need to hear all your shit. Well, technically, the derivative of this operating system of being around, shut up. So no, I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. Not even a little bit, bro. Nah, I love my life. Yo, Reek, what up though? What up, E Money? Shout out to my boy E Money. Known E Money my whole life. I'm glad he's here tonight. I'm glad he's kicking it with us. The Bears pick is in. Oh my God. Are the Bears going to fumble the bag? The Bears still suck. Isn't that what they said at the beginning of the draft? The Bears are in. What up though, E Money? Let's see what we got. Excuse me. I got a runny nose. We got 10 picks in. We've been live streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Hour and 18 minutes. 10 picks. It's not good. We can go faster. Let's see what we got here. Give me a second here. Let's see what we got. I'm reading the screen, guys. There's no jokes going down. Oh, they're letting you know Steve McMichael passed away. Steve McMichael, if you don't remember him, defensive lineman. He got MS. He ended up just passing away recently this week. I got no shade. Got nothing negative to say. You know, homie had the shakes, man. He was out there just he couldn't stay still. So, shout out to him. Let's see what we got. His favorite dessert is a shake. That used to be a joke for Michael J. Fox, but it all works. All right, what do we got? Dude, where's the pick, bro? Stop with all the pageantry and give me the damn pick. These kids are crying. I don't know. I'm going to go back to the chat here. Give me a second. I got to sneeze. Oh, it's the 50th anniversary of Walter Payton being selected? Okay. Saints putting their trust in Spencer Rattler. Yeah, why not? Spencer Rattler's him. Spencer Rattler's great. Ask my boy Prod Self, bro. He loves Spencer Rattler. He loves him some Spencer Rattler. Come on now. Let's go. Okay. Now we're reading the pick. Safety. Colston Loveland was the first tight end. Dude, that's silly. Colston Loveland was the first tight end? That's ridiculous, bro. Oh, my goodness. Is Dallas really going to get Mykal Williams? Is Dallas really going to get my number one player? I can't believe Colston Loveland went before Tyler Warren. And they're giving each other high fives for this? See all those guys in that room with all those ties? A lot of these guys won't be employed for very long. Remember that. They're not doing this job for very long. Especially when you make the wrong pick. They're not doing this job for very long. That's wild. Who are the 49ers taking? Mykal Williams. That's crazy, bro. You just took the second best tight end at number 10. The best tight end still available. That's nuts, bro. Jalen Walker going over here to the 49ers? Or they're going to take Will Johnson? I would take Will Johnson. Will Johnson's a baller. All right. What are your thoughts on the draft so far? You know, Gonzalez, it's a good draft, man. I don't get too caught up in it. I don't really assess the results until the end. I do draft reviews on YouTube and TikTok for every single team. I might wait to do that. I'm going on vacation here in a little bit, in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be busy traveling to see my kids, and then I'm going to go on vacation and take my dad to go have a good time. And that's what we're doing for a few weeks. So I probably won't be getting to the draft results or draft assessments until late May, if I'm being real. So there you go. Whose idea was it to start this at 8 p.m. Eastern? Colton, I have no clue, bro. I'm not the NFL. It is what it is. Some of you guys got to work tomorrow? My bad. Rico getting drafted tonight. I know my phone is on loud just in case. Oh, you think I'm getting drafted? Or is there another guy named Rico? Rico. Who just got drafted? Oh, there's Colston. Yeah, dude. Look at these fucking... Is this the girl? Is this the girlfriend? Dude, who's attracted to these skinny girls, man? You guys got to explain that to me. Why are you attracted to these girls that are built like 9-year-old boys? I just don't understand it. I got to understand the appeal behind it. It doesn't feel right to me, dude. Doesn't feel right. I don't like it. Explain that to me. Any advice for an ROTC cadet? Willie Crawford. Advice for an ROTC cadet. So if you're an ROTC cadet, that means you're trying to become an officer. Am I doing this right? Are you trying to get commissioned to be an officer? Or are you trying to go enlisted? I need to know what's going on. Because my advice would be learn as much about the military as possible while you're in ROTC as a cadet. You need to figure out whether or not you want to do this for a living. You need to figure whether or not you want this lifestyle. That's number one. If you're going to be an officer, the advice would be derive your entire intent from your commander's intent, which means get to your unit and just trust your commander and listen to what his desired end state is. Listen to his vision and then operate within the parameters of mission command. And what I mean by all this is, like, people will tell you, listen to your NCOs. You're going to hear that from other enlisted people. You're just going to hear that from a lot of people. That's not how you succeed as an officer. The way you succeed as an officer is it's either up or get out. So you have to get promoted or move out. And the only way you're going to get promoted or get put in KD or key developmental positions is by listening to your commander. So As a young lieutenant, the first thing I would tell you is, yes, you want to help lead your platoon or your section if you're in staff, and you want to learn from all those guys. That's really cool stuff. Learn from the E7, pair up with them, do all those great things. That is not how you really succeed in the military. Like 100% to succeed in the military, get with your commander, learn his vision, ask for his support form, build your support form off of his, derive all your goals, aspirations, everything from him. And when you do that, you will then be a force multiplier. You will then be an extension of the commander, and that's how you get promoted. And that's how you get put above all your peers. Now, what does that really mean? That means not rocking the boat and all that stuff, but what it really means is understanding the vision of your boss and not trying to do your own. Now, at that same time, you need to go out there and cultivate a great relationship with your platoon sergeant. You need to go out there and learn from the NCOs because they're more experienced than you and all that stuff. But if I was giving a lieutenant advice from day one when they walk in the door, first thing I would tell you to do is just walk straight up to that command sergeant major, that first sergeant, and just tell him, get at attention when you talk to me. Tell him, stand at attention when you talk to me. Don't talk to me when you're sitting down. Like you gotta go out there and impose your will and flex on all them dudes. Let them know you're a lieutenant and you run shit. So just walk right in that first sergeant's office, go right up to him and say, hey, I work for the commander now. Don't ever talk to me while you're sitting down. That's what I would recommend a lieutenant does first day in the Army. Walk right in that first sergeant's office and just let him know you run shit. And hopefully it works out for you. That's what I would do. So shout out to you. It's good advice. Anyways. Hey, if you're watching me on TikTok right now and you're writing questions over here, silly. We don't even look over here. I don't even see this chat. I don't even know who you are. Get to YouTube, get in the live chat, and I'll answer all the questions. I don't skip a single question or comment. All you got to do is move over to YouTube, get to the live tab. Search RicoKnows. Go to the live tab, and you're in the show. It's crazy. It's a crazy concept. That's all you got to do. Anyways, let's get back over here. Shout out to ROTC Cadet. Good luck. Hey, y'all. I'm all about Saturday, y'all. We feast on Friday on fight nights. Yeah, if you guys aren't aware, if you're watching the live stream right now, we pick UFC fights, and we pick them at a crazy clip. I think my accuracy is over 68% when picking money line in the UFC, and my locks are at 83% most years. But we picked over 500 fights, and I just don't miss. I just get them right. Come watch. Come learn. Gambling on the UFC is a little different, but come learn. MVPs know what's up. Shout out to them. Good luck to you guys on that. What are the Bears doing? They could have had Michael Williams. Joseph, I have no clue, bro. I can't pick for them. I can't pick for these teams. They're all trying to get fired. NFL ain't What up, Boston? Shout out to my boy Boston still sucks it. No way Warren wasn't first. He wasn't first, Chemo. And I feel terrible because there was a bet out there for that on the sports books, and I got it wrong. Here's this Marine right here. That's an E5 Sergeant Marine. Sergeant Johnson. He's an E5. Let me tell you guys, when I was an E5, I was an E5 for 1 year. And then I became a staff sergeant. I don't even remember being a sergeant. So shout out to this guy. I hope he gets promoted. Do great things. He has terrible tattoos, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. His tattoos suck. There's the first sergeant in the middle. That's the first sergeant. What up, Knight? Shout out to First Sergeant Knight. That's my boy right there. I'm a retired first sergeant, so I got to give him love. He running the room in there. All right, let's go. 49ers. Who'd you pick? 49ers? Who'd you pick? Hopefully they pick real starters this time, not scrubs that are starting. Michael Williams, Jalen Walker, Will Johnson. Who's it going to be? Those are your only three options. If you pick anything else, I can't talk to you. Tyler Warren, because you're an offensive coach and you want an offensive weapon? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Michael Williams. Yes. What a beast of a pick, bro. What a beast of a pick. ESPN didn't even have him up here. I'm telling you, that's a bad man. 49ers just got a monster. 49ers just got a monster. 49ers might get an A+ on this draft, bro. 49ers might get an A+ on the draft. This is the best player in the draft. I watched the tape. I know the Cowboys are mad about it. Now, the question is, what do the Cowboys do with this pick now? What do they do with this pick? You don't take Jalen Walker. No. And you just lost Michael Williams. I think you have to take Will Johnson. You have to take Will Johnson or Omara and Hampton. Johnson, Omara, and Hampton. Excuse me. I forgot to mark Kelvin Banks. There's nobody else to take. Carson Schwetzinger, Omar Hampton, Will Johnson. Trade back. Get Nick Manwari at the end of the first round. Those are the only options the Cowboys have. The pick is in. Holy smokes. If they took Jalen Walker, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind if they took Jalen Walker. Excuse me. They had a layup with Warren. They did, bro. They had a layup. They had a layup. Can't wait to get back this weekend. I know, man. It's been a long week. Hey, by the way, guys, I am going to miss one pay-per-view card MVPs. I apologize. You guys know I don't miss them all year long. I'm going to miss one coming up because I'll be on vacation. I'll make a video for it, but the video is going to be free, and I will not be streaming on the Discord server for the pay-per-view card coming up. I don't know what days that is, but I'll let you guys know when it happens. So that's true. There's Mykal Williams, man. He's such a beast. I really like Mykal Williams. My number one player in the draft, and he just went to the 49ers at 11. It's crazy. Crazy. The Bears guys in ties won't be employed for very long. Not at all, RicoKnows. You never know what they're going to do with those ties. They might Aaron Hernandez themselves with those ties. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got. Cowboys pick is in. Who did they pick? There's just no way you can go other than Will Johnson. Will Johnson, Omar Hampton. Only two choices. Travion Henderson, maybe. Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's pretty good, too. Tyler Warren. Nope. Tyler Booker, best guard in the draft. Tyler Booker. All right. Guards don't have the same value. It's not a bad pick. He's the best guard in the draft. He's probably super excited. Guards don't have the same value, though, meaning you could usually wait on them. They could have traded back and got Tyler Booker. No one's going to draft a guard that high. It's just one of those things. Tackles have more value. Oh, no, we got another dancer. He looked like he was doing hopscotch. Didn't he look like he was doing hopscotch? You guys know hopscotch? He looked like he was hopscotch. I hope he loses one of them fake chains. Look at him. Bro, these chains look like he got them at Claire's. He's a big boy, man. He's been eating eclairs. Look at that. You're on camera. Are you throwing gang signs? What was that? Who made all these chains, dude? Why are we wasting our money on all these chains? T-books. T-book. Look at that. Roger Goodell is like, yo, can we hurry up and get here? Bro, did he have on pleated pants? Are those Cavici, what were they called? Cavaricis? Are we talking about the belt hanging down? I can't mess with these dudes, bro. I'm done. I'm done with these dudes. I'm done. The Bears, yeah. So far, Jets and Bears have the worst pick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jets and Bears have the worst pick at this point. Rico, after the draft review, is that the extent of following the player's career due to time constraints with college football? Oh, yes, David Pitton. Not just due to time constraints. I'll just never watch an NFL game. So I make my assessment, and then we just see if I'm right. But I don't really care. I don't watch the NFL. Ever since they showed support and solidarity for that kneeler. Who's that kneeler? That guy that didn't even play football, but he was just kneeling everywhere. Ever since they started acting like activists, I can't get down with the whole NFL. I don't like the NFL at all. I don't watch a single game. Not one. And I don't like that they employ criminals. So if you have a guy who you knowingly know committed a crime, and then you turn around and say, no, he's still going to play in our league, you're just hypocritical to the fullest. I can't get down with it. So there's a lot of things I don't like about the NFL. And I won't get down with it at all. I'll never watch the NFL. It doesn't get any ratings from me. I haven't watched an NFL game in 8 years. 8 years. Maybe 9. But it's been a really long time. I don't watch NFL at all. I actually do live streams during during the Super Bowl. I do a live stream every time. I'll do a transfer portal podcast during the Super Bowl. I don't care. I'll compete with the NFL all day. I will never watch a game. Not a chance. So, yeah, I just do my assessment on the draft and then keep it moving. I don't like it. I actually hate NFL fans are worse than anything. NFL fans are uneducated. At least if you're talking to a college football fan, you might be talking to an alumni. You might be talking to somebody with a degree. But an NFL fan, you might be talking to somebody who chews on crayons when you're not looking. You might be talking to paint chip eaters. Like, you don't know what you're dealing with. These people grew up in lead paint houses. They grew up with asbestos. They're eating fried bologna, bro. You can't mess with NFL fans. There's something else. So I can't engage that conversation with them at all. Trey says, Rico, who's your top 3 corners? I talked about all the corners on the previous, earlier in the show, so you can rewind it. Go watch that. I went over every single corner and every single safety before the draft or at the beginning of the draft. So rewind the show and you can go catch up. If you're joining the live stream late and you want to know what I said earlier or you want to see anything, all you have to do is go to the beginning and put the playback speed at 1.5 speed. You'll catch back up. You got it. You're good. Shout out to him. Shannon Sharp accusations making him step away from ESPN temporarily. What's worse is he posted a screenshot of a statement his lawyer sent him. What's worse is, Colton, you didn't watch my video on the topic because I already talked about it. What's worse is the girl's 20 and he says he's been in a relationship with her for 3 years. So a consensual relationship with her for 3 years. So somebody do the math on that and let me know. Dude's been with a child for a while now. And he's an awful looking man, so I feel bad for her. She probably didn't get paid enough money because that's an awful looking dude. Are you going to grade every team's draft picks like last year? Gonzalez, I never grade every team's draft picks. I just do a review on the draft picks. I don't use a metric of grades. I don't use any metric to evaluate the draft. I just tell you which ones I like and don't like. I give you an assessment on what the decisions were made when they were made. For example, drafting the second best tight end when the best one's still available is silly to me. And drafting defense or offensive lineman or defensive lineman when there's better players available is silly to me. So I will do assessments. I do them every single year. There's a playlist on TikTok specifically for NFL draft reviews. That's what it's called. So if you go to the homepage on TikTok, on my homepage, before the videos, at the top, there's all these rectangles before the videos. Those are the playlists. And if you cycle through them and swipe to the right, you will find NFL draft reviews. And that's where you can find about me talking about all the teams and giving an assessment. And you can see how accurate I've been over the last 2 years. Some guys will go in there and be like, Rico got this so wrong. And it'll be like, that's cool, man. There's 250-something draft picks every year. And I tend to miss on about 10% of them. I'll miss on 25 to 30 guys. And they'll just keep writing the same comments on the same 25 or 30 that I missed on. And they'll ignore that means I got 90% right. They'll ignore all that. Because these haters, I mean, they don't know. Like, if I was always wrong, if I didn't know what I was doing, I wouldn't have the house I have, the car I have, the life I have, the girl I have. I wouldn't have the job I have. I would be down and out. I'd be just sucking at life, just sitting around going, man, I wish I was somebody. That's how a lot of you guys, I could do this too. Man, I'm gonna start my journey. Rico, I'm starting a podcast tomorrow. All right, man, get your life together. I don't give a shit. You know what's the greatest trait I've ever had? And I give a lot of credit to my father for this. I talk about this all the time. Is for years upon years. No, not years upon years. Maybe. For a long time. I'm going to just say a long time. I would watch my father. He was a DJ. Pops was a DJ. And Dad's the best DJ in the world. Like, he's the best DJ I've ever seen in my life. He's the best DJ I've known my whole life. He can mix everything, do everything. Dad is the real deal. See all these girls messing around, acting like they're DJs, and everything's done digitally now. Pops had Techniques, 1200s, turntables, the whole deal. I grew up with turntables in the house, crates of records, and just light shows and DJing and fog machines. And this is why we know how to dance. This is why we're hip-hop dancers, my twin brother and I. Everything was a party. Everything was a DJ thing, right? So Pops was always the most banging DJ out there. Like, he's the real deal. And I grew up going to parties that my father was DJing. And then I started going to regular parties, like other people's parties. And they would have a DJ there. I don't know this guy. And I'm like, oh, he sucks. His mixes are off beat. The songs don't work. He don't even need him to do this. He don't do that. Like, he's just terrible. He don't even know how to talk on the mic. Homie sound nervous and shit. My pops was always like, yo, what up? A part of people in the house. He'd be like, rock it. And he'd be telling these people, hey girl, get shake your tail feather. Get on the dance floor. And he was the life of the party. So I bring all this up because when my pops moved out here with me, I've told this story before, but when he moved out here with me, he was with me for a while, like a year. And then he was like, yo, Reek, And that's what he calls me. Rico's too long, too many syllables. So he says, yo, Rick, I want to DJ again, man. I want to DJ while I'm out here. I'm like, he goes, I was talking to this girl that we were walking on a trail. I was talking to this girl, and she told me I could DJ at this joint. I'm going to go DJ at this spot. But he goes, man, all I got is my mixer, my this, my that, my laptop. He's like, I need speakers. So I'm like, yo, I got you. So I went out, got him some speakers. And I said, let's go DJ that joint. And I'm going to help him set up. Kenneth Grant just got drafted. Shout out to him. Try to tell you guys, Kenneth Grant's a beast. The other defensive tackle from Michigan. Not a bad pick. You got to trust the tape. Kenneth Grant right there. Congratulations, man. Could you imagine Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, the first two defensive tackles taken, and their teammates? Yo. Okay, that's that Chrome Hearts uniform or some shit like that. Isn't that what the company they tell me? That suit was disgusting. I'm glad he's at home. Anyway, so my pop starts DJing, and he wants to go DJ, and we go to this spot. So we go to this place. No advertising done. I have a picture of it, too. I have a picture of his first setup. It's in my phone. So we set up. I'm his roadie. Like, I'm setting up all the speakers. I'm setting up everything. I'm a pretty strong dude. So I'm setting up everything, and Pops is going to DJ, and he's going to start popping. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to start popping on the music and doing his thing. And when we start, there are two people in the whole place. And I mean, besides my father and I, there are two people. And it was like an elderly couple. And they wanted to hear country music. Dad's been a hip-hop DJ his whole life, playing old school hip-hop, R&B, whatever. Like, we don't know, but he got country music. He's like, yo, I'm going to play some remixes. So he plays Brooks and Dunn with a remix, okay? It's legit. So Pops is playing the music, and he's on the mic. What up, party people in the house? Get on the dance floor. Do your thing. Get it, girl. Get it, get it. It's two people in the facility, in the venue, only two. There's a full bar in the back in another spot. There's only two people on the dance floor, elderly couple, and they're slow dancing because they can't do shit else, and they're just kind of moving. And I took the picture, and I sat there that whole night, and I just thought, man, my Pops is really trying to liven up the party, but it ain't happening. Some people showed up a little later. Some more people showed up. But it was like, at max, it was like 10 or 12 people at max. And we might have DJed that same place on a Friday or Saturday maybe 4 times. And at no point was it more than 30 people. At no point. I know it was like, it felt pretty good when there was like 20 people in there. We're like, yeah, we're doing okay. But Pops is used to DJing for hundreds of people in a nightclub where you can't fit nobody else in. There's a line outside type shit, right? So for him, he's used to doing parties, everything. But what I noticed was he was just getting after it, okay? Now, fast forward. I find him some gigs to do for the city. He's doing the city's Christmas party, the city's 4th of July celebration, the city's Easter celebration at a park. And now we got to buy more speakers because we got to make this shit bump and go. And we're going to do this celebration. And this was like, the Colts just got Tyler Warren. They can't be mad. That's a great pick. That's a great pick. That's how you do that. Shout out to the Bears. Tyler Warren going to the Colts. He's got to be excited. They don't even look at them. They're not even jumping, bro. Oh, damn. 3 of them dudes look dead. Homie on the right can't see anything. He's squinting. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Tyler Warren. So, anyways, we go do the city DJing, and now we got 2,000 people out there. Something crazy. The place is packed. It's a big ass, and they're going to do a tree lighting ceremony. And when they lit the tree and all the fake snow was blowing in there and everybody was dancing and shit was fire, there's my Pops. Yo, party people. He's doing the same thing he's always doing. And he's singing along with the songs and he's dancing. He's having a good time. And what I recognize is he had the same energy. He had the same energy when it was only 2 people in the building or there was 2,000 out there on the field. Same energy. My Pops gave it his all every time. It didn't matter. The people didn't validate him. He knew what he was doing, right? And why I'm sharing this with you is because when I started my podcast and I started my live stream and I started my videos on TikTok, the views were nothing. The views were max 200, 300 people. I would talk about the transfer portal and no one would watch the video. It would take me a long time to make those videos because I wasn't as good as I am now. It would take me a really long time to make the videos. I have to research the players, make sure I knew what I was talking about, double check it. I might take 3 or 4 takes. I got it wrong. I don't know how to edit the video. It would take me 3 hours to make a video and then no one would watch it. But I didn't care. I had the same energy, the same voice vitality, the same enthusiasm the whole time. And then when shit starts popping, I do these live streams for this draft. Go back and watch them. Might get a couple hundred views, maybe 1,000 views, 2,000. Right now, I got 58 people watching. I got 88 people watching. Hundreds of people watching throughout the live stream. We'll have thousands of views tonight. Same energy every time. It doesn't matter how many people are watching. So if there's anybody out there ever asking for advice on how to get started and how to be better at this and how to become a professional, the first thing I'm going to tell you is don't let the amount of views dictate your success. If you're great, you will do it every time like that. Muscle memory. You'll be great no matter who's watching. And I learned this from my father, and I indirectly, subconsciously, didn't even know I was imitating and emulating what he does. It's in my DNA. I didn't know that. Like, I would have been an amazing DJ if I just knew how to mix and actually worked on my turntables and worked on my laptop and worked. If I really wanted to, because I have the personality for it. Trust me, when he was doing them parties, they gave me an extra mic. I could talk on the mic all day. I talk on the mic all day. There is no audio from this draft right now. I have been talking for 1 hour and 46 minutes with no dead air. No multiple takes needed. There's no teleprompter. There's nobody else in the podcast. I'm not going back and forth. That's why they do podcasts in pairs. So there's no dead air. One guy can talk and then another guy can talk and then we can have a debate and do this. And here I am. I'll just carry the whole thing by myself. It's a talent. It's a gift. And I got it from my pops. So if anybody ever asks me, hey, Rico, how do I get started? How do I do this? Number one, you got to be gifted. You got to be talented. But you also have to just bring it. Have the same energy, the same everything, no matter who's watching, no matter what's going on. Because you never know when the shit's going to just pop. You never know when there's going to be 2,000 people on a field dancing to every beat. And you don't let the only 2 people there watching you, you don't let that shit. I got A1 Day Ones in this chat right now. I got people in this chat right now. Shout out to E-Money, Prod Self, Evan Kramer, Connor Formia. And I don't ever want to miss my boys when I'm like, you're roll tide, roll tide. Who am I talking to? You guys don't know. I know. Right? I come in the chat. I know who they are, when they're, and I got 250,000 followers on all my platforms. Over 250,000. And I still know these guys' names. And they don't pay my bills. They just support the platform. And that's enough for me. Like, they matter to me. Trust me, when I'm sharing a video on TikTok, I share it with 15 people. If you're getting a video from me every day and it's just something funny, you're one of my 15 people that I like to share stuff with. You matter to me. And you might not realize, like, I got hundreds of thousands of people I could be sending it to. And I can say, nah, I'm going to send it to these dudes right here. I rock with them. And you never forget where you started. You never forget the people that rock with you every day. I don't forget these guys' names. And I got to memorize all the players. I just hope that when you guys try to start this on your own, you understand that it has to be organic. And it has to be real and authentic. It can't be a plant. It can't be, well, do you pay for advertising? I was thinking about putting out a podcast and then paying for advertising, promoting some of my videos and my posts just to get more views. I was thinking about putting hashtag for you page. I was thinking about doing it. You don't know what you're doing. Be focused. Right? I never once did a hashtag for you page because I don't want to see average ass people watching my videos. I didn't want a bunch of randoms watching my. I would put hashtag Western Michigan, and maybe one day someone's going to go to YouTube, or someone's going to go to TikTok and search Western Michigan, and my video will come up, and they'll know I've been talking about their school for 3 years, and they're going to have that epiphany, like, oh, holy shit, this guy talks about every school in America. That's why I'm not a fan page. That's why I don't sit here and talk about Colorado all day. All the Colorado fans, oh my God, I'm going to go watch, this guy dying from T-cell count. I'm going to go watch this. I'm going to go watch. Those guys, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to market themselves. You're only as good as that team. Once the coach gets fired, what are you going to do now? You're going to pretend to be a fan of Colorado after Coach Prime leaves? Coaches either get fired or they move on. That's the two options. Fired or move on. At some point. You cannot do it. You cannot sit here and tailor your whole thing to coaches. You can't tailor your whole thing to one program. Then you don't matter. That's why I tell you, don't tell me who you're interviewing on your podcast. People are only going to watch your videos because of who you're interviewing. They're not going to watch your videos because of you. They're not. You got to make it about the person, the host. You have to. Anyways, enough of that shit. We're back here. Let's see what we have to say. The 49ers will be scary. Dude, I've been making videos. Oh, no, my bad. Are you going to grade every team? Yes. What are the Bears doing? The Bears just really skipped John Riggins Jr. Hey, it is what it is. The cadet is going to have a fun first week with that advice. Hey, go tell First Sergeant. Stand at attention when you talk to me, First Sergeant. Hey, everybody calling you top? I'm not calling you top. You're just a Master Sergeant with a diamond. I'm going to call you Sergeant because that's what we call Master Sergeants. Sergeant. That's what I'm going to say. Now stand at attention. Dude, I've been making videos like you do on TikTok. I bought a good mic and a phone gimbal. Give me some tips. Matt and Mike, none of that shit matters. I've never purchased a mic in my life. I don't have a gimbal. I talk into a cell phone, and it's an old iPhone. I think I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Okay? None of that matters. The content matters. The delivery matters. Okay? You got to learn the art of content creation, not your gear. We always say if we see terrible takes or terrible videos, what do we say? Oh, they need to make podcast equipment more expensive. Because I don't need to hear that, right? It's easy to get started. It's hard to get traction because you're not any good. And I don't mean any offense by that, Matt and Mike. What I'm saying is practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you do something enough, you'll just keep doing it that way. You're not getting any better. And you got to learn how to get better. And the way to do that is to analyze results. Analyze results, right? So I say don't let views dictate your success level. Fine. But you need to understand why you're not getting any better. It could be the time you post a video. Like if you post a video at 2 a.m., chances are everybody else is sleeping. It's not going to get a lot of views. TikTok will say this isn't viral, and they won't push it out to everybody. And the video's dead. If you post it at rush hour, some people might be busy driving. Some people might be busy with dinner. You got to figure out when people TikTok. When do they watch videos? And then you got to put your videos out at that time. Now, why aren't people watching your videos more than 10 seconds? You probably don't know what you're doing. What are some of the ingenious things I did? Shout out to the Falcons. They just drafted Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker was my number 3 linebacker, so it kind of makes sense that he went this late. Obviously, people aren't going to agree, but he's glad to be near home. He's going to the Falcons. I know he's excited about that. Congratulations. He don't have to go far. Georgia kid, he's there. All right, cool. Let's see what the Cardinals do. Anyways, what I was saying is like, you have to change the way you do things, and sometimes you got to come up with out-the-box ideas to get views. You have to. Sometimes you do. Let me tell you what I did for the first 2 years of my whole videos. First 2 years of my videos, I intentionally put an error in every video. I intentionally put an error in every single video. I would have to do multiple takes, and I would just let it roll off the tongue. It'd be simple stuff. Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, and I know he only won 6. Something like that. That was a bad example because he won 7, but you get what I'm saying. Like I would just say just anything and just put an error in the video. What does that do? That drives people to want to comment in the comments. It's clickbait essentially, but you can make a whole video and just throw one little error in there, and it's going to increase your interactions. I did that on my own. I didn't get that idea from anybody. I did that on my own. There's something called CTAs. Look, there's a whole class I can give on this, right? There's a whole class I can give on this. But the only reason I can give the class is because I've studied this profession. This is my job. It's not a hobby. I'm not hanging out. I'm paying bills. Right? You say you're making videos. Oh, I'm like you. I did this. You're not like me. I posted 1,000 videos before I ever made $1. How many videos have you posted? I posted 1,000. I worked 20 hours a day for an entire year before I ever made $1. How did you do that, Rico? That's how I did it. I made predictions no one can make. But the real trick is learning the profession. CTAs, call to action, call to arms. That is like starting a video and going, hey guys, Jalen Walker got drafted by the Falcons. He's local, he's staying home. I need you guys to tell me in the comments what you think about this. Let me know. Give me a scale from 1 to 10 what you guys think about this. That's a call to action. What does that do? That increases the comments on your video. That increases the duration in which people watch it. That's a slick way to get people to write on it, right? You learn these little tricks. Now, I don't use that stuff. I'm aware of them. They stick out like a sore thumb when I hear them. I don't use them. I don't need to. I have something called a hook, right? My first 10 seconds are going to make you want to watch the rest of the video. But the real reason people watch the video is, number one, the accuracy of the information. Number two, I speak with conviction. I speak so articulate and so rapid and so aggressive that it makes you believe what I'm saying. Or you might have conviction and not believe what I'm saying and want to argue with me about it. Doesn't matter to me. I'm getting paid either way. It's a rapid delivery. And you got to practice this. I got a significant other. Shout out to Kim. I love her to death. Kim posts videos. If you guys want to go follow her channel, go watch her stuff, right? Shout out to Kimmy Jones here. Kim is on TikTok. Kim only posts videos of her trying to sell products. Kim is one of the worst video makers out there. Kim can't talk with conviction. Kim can't sell you anything that you don't want to buy. Kim can't convince you to buy anything that you don't want. It's not her profession. She's not very good at it. She's practicing like crazy. She's trying. The videos get better. She's excited about it. She makes one in a room when I'm not around. And then she goes, okay, what'd you think of this one? And I'll be like, terrible. Terrible. I don't believe you. You're talking too robotic. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're monotone. You're this, that. Not enough enthusiasm. Not enough that you're not. I didn't want to buy it. You didn't convince me to buy it. And I give her ideas. Oh, you were selling this? What does it do? Oh, it does this? Okay, what you need to do, I'll give you an example. Let's say you wanted to get me to buy some energy pills or something. I'm not going to tell you, hey, you need to buy these pills. They got ginseng, they got this, they got that. No. I'm going to start my video off by going, you ever been too tired to F your woman? You ever been worn out in the middle of the night and you can't do your business? This is why you need these pills, man. You need to stop disappointing your woman. That's what I'm doing. I will start a video. If I want to sell you something, I'm going to talk about a problem. And I'm going to tell you how we solve the problem. And that might be applied to so many different things. I can sell ice to an Eskimo. I'm at a show. I'm at the aquarium watching a dolphin show. And I was posting videos. It was a day off. I was on vacation with my mom. Took her to the aquarium to watch a dolphin show. And the only videos I was posting that day were throwback classic videos. I'm not even recording. I'm just hitting post an old video. And a guy sitting behind me, I think his name was Chris Sanchez, I think. The gentleman was sitting right behind me, is watching me post this video, and he's reading my phone. He goes, hey, man, you run a TikTok channel? And I looked at him, I said, I'm RicoKnows. And by the time we were done talking, before the dolphin show even started, he was an MVP. He followed every platform. He's a channel. He's all in. Because you got to know how to sell yourself. You got to know what your product is, and you got to know how to bring it. Shout out to Walter Nolan going to the Cardinals. I don't necessarily agree with that draft pick, but that's the third defensive tackle taken. If you're getting the third defensive tackle in the first round, is it better than Kenneth Grant? Maybe. But why are we taking the third best player at that position in the first round? That's just a little crazy. More power to you. They probably needed him. Probably best player available in the draft, according to them. But those are all a bunch of rants about me telling you how to be successful at this job, and it still won't matter. It still won't matter because you got to be good. You got to be good. You cannot be okay. You cannot be average. You got to be great. You got to be in the top 1% in the whole wide world. If you want to do this for real, you got to be in the top 1% in the whole wide world. And there's 99% of content creators can't do it for a living. So when you actually get to talk to one that does it for a living and actually get to pick his brain, you can't do it in passing. You can't do it casually. I'm going to say this to you. You can't do anything casually. Don't casually date. Don't do casual sex. Don't casually eat. Don't do anything casually. Do everything with an immense amount of like focus and dedication. That's what I would recommend. But it's more than you can imagine. Like I keep telling you, I posted 1,000 videos before I ever made $1. I'm not exaggerating. I'm probably selling it short. I probably posted more. And then you need to ask yourself, what topic can you talk about 1,000 times and it be different? Good luck. You can't do it off the top of your head. You can't do it randomly. You have to apply yourself. I study more than anyone. If you've ever watched me on TikTok Live, I'm on a live stream every day, at least 8 to 10 hours a day. And for the vast majority of that time, I'm not talking to anyone. I got music on, I'm working, I'm like this. And for the vast majority of the day, I'm not talking to anyone. And these guys get mad in the comments. He's ignoring us, he ain't even talking to us. I am working. I'm obtaining the information that I can put out in my next 10 videos. I have to do it like that. I have to work. But the reason I go live is so you guys can see the amount of hours you have to put in to be good. You can't do this casually. I can't just be on vacation all day. I can't just be eating in fancy restaurants and on vacation all year long. I can't. I got to put in the work or my empire will fall or I'll fail. Right? I can't just be sitting out here shooting the shit in the breeze. Hey, this pick sucks. Hey, this one's good. This one's bad. When I tell you about a player, did you ever watch the live streams? Did you watch the podcast? Go to YouTube. Watch the live streams from all the drafts, all the pre-draft stuff. Talk about every one of these players. I'll talk about their high school, what state they're from, what scheme they've played in, what tendencies they have, their strengths, their weaknesses, where they're getting drafted, who they are. I talk about everything. How do you think I know all that stuff? It's not all written on one website. It's not all on something. No, it's years of accumulating information about a particular player. That's the coolest thing about it is I will study these players for 4 or 5 years. I've known them for 4 or 5 years. I've known them for longer. I'm telling you, Malachi Starks. I'm like, yeah, he was at Jefferson. And when he was at Jefferson, Sammy Brown wasn't even starting. Not that I remember. Sammy Brown's at Clemson right now. I've been watching Sammy Brown for multiple years. When it's time for him to get drafted, it'll be a first-round pick. Linebacker. You got to know these players. You know, I saw Travis Hunter in high school as a junior in person, and I wasn't even impressed. Watched him play. He's playing against Grayson. Phil Maffa and Grayson, the state champs. Jake Garcia. Who was their little scat wide receiver? Jamal Haynes. We watched the game. I took my father to the game. We were there with mask on and everything, like they told us to wear a mask back then. Collins Hill versus Grayson at Grayson. Junior year. I've known these players for many, many years. It's not an accident. Anyways, enough of that. Shout out to you guys. Let's see what we got here. Bears with the great pick. Oh, stop that shit. Shamar Stewart for the Cowboys. No, Shamar Stewart obviously fallen. Cowboys should take Tyler Warren. They don't agree. They wanted a guard. I bet Jerry take Tyler Booker or Charles Grant. Hey, he took Tyler Booker, Trey Money. Congratulations. Yep, you're on it. You called it. Well, you're going to call it. People are going to guess everything, and eventually somebody's going to call it. Where you got Jalen Walker ranked, Rico? I got him ranked 3rd at linebacker. He goes chewing on crayons. I'm dead. I got to start using that one. Michael, don't be using my lines, bro. You guys want to know something crazy? A couple of years ago, I was at a family reunion, and I was just meeting I was going to meet my nephew for the first time, my twin brother's son for the first time. Now, my twin brother wasn't going to the family reunion because he just doesn't go to that kind of stuff. So he wasn't going to the family reunion. I flew from Georgia all the way to California to attend this thing. And I was there, and I got a hotel right next to the family reunion. But my brother lived like an hour away. And he said he's not coming. And I'm like, yo, I wanted to meet your son. He's a senior in high school. I want to meet this kid. And I want to bring him to the family reunion so he can meet all his cousins and all his aunts and uncles and everything because he hadn't met anybody from that side of the family. My brother's like, I'm not going. I'm like, cool. I'm going to be a good uncle, and I'm going to drive an hour to go pick that kid up. and I'm going to drive an hour back to bring him to the family reunion. And when it's over, I'm going to drive an hour back to your place to drop him off, and an hour back. So I'm on vacation, but I'm going to spend 4 hours in a car to make sure my nephew gets to meet his family. And that's exactly what I did. I drove over there to pick him up because his father wouldn't bring him over. Bum-ass dad wouldn't take him to the family reunion. So anyways, so I get my nephew in the car for the first time. And I'm talking to him, getting to know him. He's a cool dude. We're driving. We got an hour to get to know each other. So I'm like, yo, let's kill some time, whatever. So we're just talking. And I'm like, yo, bro, lay it on me, dude. Give me. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, just give me your best joke right now. Give me your best joke. And as we're sitting in the car and I'm driving, homie drops a joke on me. And it's a Little Johnny joke. Little Johnny. If you guys don't know Little Johnny's a little advanced for his age. There goes Shamar Stewart to the Bengals. Not a bad pick, bruh. Don't believe the hype. Oh, Shamar Stewart's the one in the green? Don't believe the hate. I like Shamar Stewart a lot. I know he don't got a lot of sacks. Rico, he's an edge rusher with no sacks. That's because he does great gap control. He's still young. He's still developing. He's got a lot of potential. Trust. Anyways, like the pick, especially this late. So I got my nephew in the car. He starts talking about Little Johnny. Sitting in the car. And Little Johnny is in second grade. And they're doing math, and there's two birds on a fence. And the teacher says, if you throw a rock at one of the birds and knock it down, how many birds are left on the fence? And this little girl raises her hand, and she goes, well, 2 birds are up, but if we take away 1, then there's 1 bird left. So 2 minus 1 is 1. There's 1 bird. And the teacher's like, yes, that's correct. And Johnny's like, nah. Hey, teach, that ain't right. If you throw a rock at 2 birds, they're going to both fly away. There's no birds left. And the teacher's like, no, Johnny, we're doing math. She's right. We're doing math. We're just taking away 1 from 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. That's the problem. That's the answer. She goes, but Johnny, I like the way you think. That's a very good way of thinking, but that's not the right answer. He's like, okay. He goes, teach, I got a question for you. She goes, what's the question, Johnny? He goes, there's 3 women. They're eating ice cream. 1 bites it, 1 licks it, and 1 sucks it. Which one of the women is married? And the teacher's thinking about it, and she's like, which one of these women is married? The one who licks the ice cream, bites the ice cream, or sucks the ice cream? Teacher goes, I think I'm going to have to go with the lady who sucks the ice cream. I think she's married. And Johnny goes, nope. It's the one with the wedding ring on. But I like the way you think. All right, so that's the joke. It's kind of PG rated, whatever, right? That's the joke. And my nephew lays this joke on me while we're driving. Now, why can I repeat the joke so articulately? Why can I get it right in the timing and delivery and everything? Because it's my joke, bro. It's my joke I've been saying for 10 years. And as my nephew's telling me this joke, I look over to him and I say, yo, bro, where'd you hear that joke? And he goes, oh, my dad always has all the best jokes. He told me that joke. Are you kidding me, bro? This guy stole my joke and told it to his kids and pretended like it was his. It's a true story. Unreal. Unreal. Anyways, still mad about it. Still mad about it. Don't be using my stuff. Don't be using my stuff. Don't start stealing my stuff, Michael. Damn, Sean not in the top 10 linebackers. Sean? Sean who? Sean, I don't know Sean. Who do you think picks Will Johnson? Well, who just went off the board right now? The Seahawks at 18? Seahawks at 18? Will Johnson going off the board, bruh. Or are they taking James Pierce? We'll find out. I wouldn't be taking James Pierce. James Pierce got a personal handler and got in a fight with the strength and conditioning coach at Tennessee. I wouldn't be taking James Pierce. He sounded like a whole lot of headache. I'm good. I don't know who Sean is. Sean not in the top 10. Who's Sean? What Sean? Best available. Give me a second here. You're talking about linebackers? Not Cody Simon. Sean who? Who? Is Sean a friend of yours? You're going to have to let me know who the hell Sean is, bro. Sean. A linebacker named Sean. Is there a defensive edge rusher named Sean? Is there an edge rusher named Sean? Who are you talking about, bro? Just randomly said a name. He just said Sean. What is this? We ain't doing this. Damn, Rico, Sean ain't in there. Sean, dude. Just dropping names. My ex-wife used to do that to me. She used to be like, so Crystal called just to see if I knew a Crystal. I'd be like, who's Crystal? Oh, Elizabeth called. I'm like, who? I don't know who these people are. Anyways, see what it says here. It says, objects carries anchors. These boats? What happened here? Oh, Gray Zabel came off the board, bro. The Seahawks just took a North Dakota State stud. He's a guard, but he's 6'6", which is such a rarity. Complete stud on tape, but I don't know if he can dominate everybody. That's crazy. Zabel went this early? Zabel's the truth right there. He's my fourth best guard. Don't get it twisted. I had Zabel. Don't be too surprised here. But that's a little crazy. Gray Zabel. I said he's 6'6". He's 6'5" and 7/8. My bad. I gave him an extra 7/8. Some of you guys give yourself extra inches when you're bragging. Some of you dudes got dating profiles saying you're 6 foot, you're really 5'9". Anyways. Trey Money, you have to say who Sean is, bro. We don't know who you're talking about. Who do you think picks Will Johnson? Whoever wants him. No way Nick Manry falls to the second round, right? You know, Jacoby, safeties don't get drafted in the first round all that often. I can't help what they're doing and the way they pick it. And you also have competition with Malachi Stark. So both of them, it's kind of one of those situations where, like, if you want a safety, you don't have to take one because you still got one available that's extremely elite. So you feel good either way. They're probably going to wait. Jerry Jones, such an intellectual. K-Saddy, I don't even know what we're talking about. Jerry Jones? That dude isn't he a veggie? Isn't he? I'm not saying vegetarian either. Prod Self. What up, Rico? I remember those parties. Good time. Shout out to E-Money. Thank you so much. Terrible pick. Loading up the Mazda or the Toyota 4Runner. So a lot of my memories for DJing and loading up vehicles, and this is E-Money, I've known him my whole life, is the red Mazda pickup truck or the white Mazda pickup truck. I don't remember putting anything in the 4Runner unless it was the upper half of the turntables, because the light, it would be a speaker and then this big plywood box on wheels for all the lights for my dad's light show, and then another speaker, and that was the whole bed there. Then then we would have the 4Runner would get the turntables with the mixer that goes on top of that for many years. Then it became a box, a square, and those boxes would go there. So we would have to load up the amps. Do I remember this right? We would load up the amps. Yeah, we had to load up the amps and the mixer top and bottom portion. If there was something else happening at that time, maybe we had to load up the fog machine, but that was also in the box. And then you had all the records that had to go. And I think those were in the 4Runner. All the records and the CD cases. I don't know how we fit it all, bro, but we used to do it. Like some OGs, we used to do it. They need a quarterback now. They just need a quarterback now. I don't know who they is. You're going to have to be a little more. By the time I get to your comment, I don't know who you're talking about. You got to write out the whole team name. Tyler Warren might beat out Richardson for the quarterback spot. Okay. Oh, he went for the Colts. Oh, Richardson, they're both competing for tight end spots. What are you talking about? They got to run routes together. That dude sucks. Unrelated, but Pierce Clarkson hit the portal, was never going to see the field at Ole Miss. Evan Goki. Let me show you something, Evan. Thanks for letting me know, but let me show you something, man. I'm just going to help you guys out. If you don't follow the Twitter, it looks like Evan doesn't follow the Twitter. I will definitely screw you to the game. Let me pull this into the camera now. So here's RicoKnows Twitter. RicoKnows TikTok, all one word. I have almost 10,000 posts you guys haven't seen. I have almost 10,000 Twitter posts you guys haven't seen. Think about that for a second. 10,000. And one of them I made today, 3 hours ago, was That young man has zero business at Ole Miss or Louisville. People need to start being real with these players. You're not all Power 4 caliber. And somebody's going to write a comment to me. Let's see what they had to say about it. That move made no sense at the time unless he was going to switch positions. Yeah, Pierce Clarkson, you know, when he went to Louisville initially, I knew he wasn't even recruited by the Braun brothers to begin with, right? He was a holdover from Satterfield. So why doesn't he just go to Cincinnati if that's who wanted him? I'll tell you why. He's not very good. He missed a lot of team practices his first year. I don't know if he matured and got better in that, but he missed a lot of quarterback practices, film sessions and stuff. He was late to a lot of things. I got all the information. Okay, so yeah, know the deal. Shout out to Pierce Clarkson. Doesn't belong at any Power 4 program. These kids are overestimated. Like, they don't understand that they shouldn't be at these levels. They don't get it. They're just embarrassed and they can't tell the truth. So Rico has the same energy when it was just us in the UFC live. Shout out to Prod Self. So if you don't know what he's talking about, I used to do UFC fights live stream just like this, watching UFC fights, and there was maybe 20 people in there. Maybe 20. Now I have 1,000 people who pay me to give my analysis. This is back when I used to do it for free. There was like 20 people in there. And I'd be picking the fights. And one day, Prod Self, shout out to him, Prod Self said, Rico, I think you pick these fights like 90%. It was 83%. I didn't know that. But he's like, when you say a guy's going to win, he wins. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Maybe you should start doing that for MVPs. Maybe you should start doing that for money. And that was 2 years ago. And here we are. An empire is born. Shout out to Prod Self. And that's how we exist in the offseason. If you didn't know, we predict fights in the offseason. That's why we can do this year round. MVPs are winning money every single Saturday. If you think college football, at the end of college football season, you're like, oh, I guess I'm done with RicoKnows. Yeah, you're done. Because football's every Saturday. Well, UFC fights are every Saturday. There's fights every Saturday. It's fight night. It's fight day. And we're excited about it. So, are these guys talking? These guys had a draft party. Ain't he embarrassed, bro? Gotta be embarrassed. With that big-ass hat, too? These guys are embarrassed, bro. I hope they're watching my live stream right now. You watching my live stream? What up? Let me know if Shiloh's there spending any money. He filed for bankruptcy, bro. Keep it real. He better not be spending any money. Isn't that dude Gilly there? Is that what that dude's name is? Gilly? I want to race him. I saw him race a big dude and almost lose. I want to race him. I'll smoke these cats. I was a starting free safety in high school. I work out every single day. I will smoke these dudes. They couldn't beat me in a foot. Light pole to light pole, you got no chance. I used to be a track star. I'm fast as hell. I'm not fast for a big guy. I'm fast. Let's figure it out. Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver, Ohio State. There we go. How many wide receivers going in the first round? They said it was 2.5 was what's the over under, and I said take the over. Emeka's excited. Dude's gonna be playing with Baker Mayfield. He got a real quarterback. He going to play with Baker Mayfield. They're getting all the girls in. Okay, that's dad on the left, mom on the right. Damn. Somebody got a fetish. I don't know what that's about. Anyways. But yeah, I had that same energy when we were watching those UFC fights for free. And now we do it for thousands of people. And same energy every time. I appreciate you. Facts. Pops did always rock the party. He rocked the party. Hey, the party don't stop until I walk in. Nice. And Buka running for touchdowns. Looking good, man. He's a beast of a player. Dude, I swear you're speaking to me about to views and making TikToks. There you go. Thank you, Rico. You got it, Madden Mike. I am speaking to you. You asked the damn question. I answered it. I'm speaking directly to you, Madden Mike. Jordan says, big Colts fan here. Yikes. Really excited about Warren. Just wish we had a quarterback. Yeah, there's no way to throw the ball to Warren. I mean, it's cool to get Warren, but there's no way to throw to him. They should have drafted Shedeur Sanders. They would have had a quarterback finally because they don't got one. Dude, it takes me like 45 minutes to make a 1-minute video. Oh, I'm sorry, Madden Mike. You got to hang in there, bro. It takes me 1 minute to make a 1-minute video. Get better. It takes me 1 minute to make a 1-minute video. Real talk. That's what makes me great is I can just instantly make a video and react to something in the moment. It doesn't take me long. I don't have to call a graphics guy. I always get offered, hey, Rico, can I do your graphics? Can I do your this? Can I do your that? No. I want to post now. I remember playing Name That Artist. It was fun with all 7 of us. Ben and Doris, shout out to you. So I used to do trivia nights. I used to do cooking shows. I used to do dance videos. I do all kinds of stuff. Dude, your channel's got to evolve. Your channel's got to evolve. All kinds of stuff can happen. You never know what you're going to be. That's why you got to just make content and start. You never know where you're going to go. The people will dictate what you become. They really will. Shout out to them. A1 Day One means the most. Shout out to you, Proud Self, since 88. E-Money been rocking with me since 88, y'all. Dude, I swear I remember you going on runs and doing live streams. Yes, Madden Mike, I would. Since the Rizzler days. Yo, stop this. Stop this, Proud Self. First and foremost, I got game. Okay? I'm not one of these kids. I got a PhD in Rizzics. I do. Okay? And when I walk up to women, I say, yo, did we have a class together? She's like, no, I went to MLK High School. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I could have sworn we had chemistry. That's how you spit, okay? When you walk up to a girl and just be like, no, it wasn't chemistry. Maybe we had history. I think we got history together. There it is. That's how you spit all day long. You guys don't know. But listen, you got to have game. And then over time, it turned into swag. Now it's Riz. And we do it for the huzz and the chuzz and all this other bullshit these kids say. These kids can't talk in real sentences, bro. They can't. That's what makes me great. Your Falcons picking right now. They picked your boy, Jalen Walker. Rico is the GOAT of content creation, engagement, to be honest. He can get them riled up like no other. Shout out to Nick. I probably can, but it's because I know my audience is Neanderthal-ish. I know who they are. They are one generation away from a cave, bro. These dudes are troublesome. They're not sophisticated. They didn't live in nice neighborhoods. These dudes are from the caves. You're the GOAT. That's the wrong version of the word you're. You are. You're doing a conjunction. No, not a conjunction, a contraction. You're combining two words. You are. Y-O-U_R-E. You're the GOAT. And the GOAT should be all capitalized because it is that an no, it's not an abbreviation. It's, what is it, a mnemonic? It's an acronym for greatest of all time. He was teaching MMA and still in the Army. This is very true. Back when I used to do the UFC videos, I was teaching martial arts for a full-time job, and I was still active duty Army. This is wild. So let me tell you guys, this is a true story. I can say this now because I'm retired. So in 2021, the Army pulled me in and said, Rico, you're under investigation. We see all this stuff online. We need to figure out what you're doing. I said, guys, I'm not doing anything. It is what it is. Do all the investigation you need to do. I'm good. They're like, no, we're going to take you off platform. We're going to take you off. You know, I was a first sergeant, so we're going to take you off this. I said, okay, what do you want me to do? They're like, well, don't come into work because you're still a first sergeant, you're still senior ranking. You're not going to leave your company. We just need to investigate some stuff. Don't come into work. I said, cool. I'm going to stay at home then. They're like, yeah, just stay at home. No big deal. I'm like, cool. I'm active duty Army, by the way. So this investigation goes on for 6 months, and it gets handed off to a next commander because one guy doesn't want to have to deal with it. The next commander doesn't want to have to deal with it. So it just keeps getting handed off. And I'm not making this up. For those of you who follow the TikTok, you saw this in real time. This really happened. I never went to work again. I didn't retire until December of 2023. 23? Yeah, December 2023 when I retired. I didn't go to work from September 2021 to December 2023. This gave me all the time in the world. I just would go work out every day, go run at the river. I made sure I stayed in shape. I never went to work. And these guys were trying to figure out what they were going to do. I got charged with nothing. I was never in trouble. I didn't do anything wrong. They were just going back. And then eventually they called me up and I was getting my full paycheck. I was getting my full, and I didn't feel guilty about it. I felt like I gave my time to the military. I gave all my time, my adult life to these guys. And there was these officers that just didn't like the way I carried myself online, whatever I'm doing. Like, I was just like, bro, you guys are stupid. Like, I'm doing nothing wrong. So what I did was, while active duty in the Army, I knew I was going to retire. This motherfucker taking a nap right now. Matthew Golden taking a nap. Nobody's calling you, bro. You are not a first-round pick. Nobody's calling you. Anyways, without talking to anybody in the Army, without doing anything, dude, I just went and applied for a full-time job. Applied for a full-time job while still in the Army. This is like huge. You can't do this. I don't care. I went, interviewed, and got a job as a martial arts instructor. And that dude He asked me, "Are you in the Army?" I said, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to retire. I'm on leave right now." I wasn't on leave. I never took terminal leave. I sold all my leave. Never took retirement leave because some people would be like, "Why'd you sell it? You could have been collecting BAH." No, I had to do an expedited retirement because TikTok was booming. Like, all my platforms were booming. I started making like $30,000, $50,000 a month. I had to get the hell out of the Army. Okay, true story. So what happened was I went and started doing martial arts, though. This was in January, February of 2023. And I'm posting videos, 10 videos a day. 10 videos a day, posting like crazy, trying to get better at my craft. And then I go fight on the mats. And I go teach MMA every single day for 10 hours a day. I'm double dipping, bro. I was getting a paycheck from over here. Never put on a uniform, never went on base, never went to work. And people would be like, "How did you get away with it?" Dude, I was a senior ranking guy, and I worked for the garrison sergeant major, and he just looked at me and was like, "Rico, what do you want to do?" I'm like, "I'm gonna wait for these commanders to come up with some charges. They gotta come up with something. They can't just tell me I'm in trouble. Like, they gotta put it in paper. They gotta figure it out." And there was nothing to put on paper. Shout out to Baron. We got a corner gone. There was nothing to put on paper. I knew I wasn't in trouble. I knew I was good. So at the end of the day, they called me in one day and they're like, "Hey, we just got word back." And I was just laughing. They go, "We got word back from the QMP board," which means they're going to try to kick you out of the Army. And they let us know that they're going to retain you. They didn't want to kick you out. I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I did nothing wrong." And they're like, "Well, we're going to ask you to work in this building now. And we're going to give you these soldiers and this." And I said, "Hey, guys, I'll come to work." Next day, I came to work for one day. Walked in. There was a kid in my office. Bro, I'm a senior master. I'm a first sergeant. I've been a first sergeant for 3 years. I'm a senior master sergeant. I was supposed to go to Sergeant's Major Academy. I'm number 3 on the OML. I don't have time to talk to this kid. This kid's in my desk. I said, "What is this shit?" I said, "This is a setup? What are you doing in my office?" And he's like, "I work here." I said, "All right, you stay right there." And I left and never came back. True story. Shout out to Kim. Kim was a witness for all this. Shout out to Prod Self for bringing it up, though. He's like, "Rico is still in the Army teaching MMA." Very true story. Eventually retired, and I live a good life. Yeah, I've been doing TikTok for like a week. Started off with like 200 views. It's getting more and more traction the more I go. You've been doing TikTok for like a week? Oh, never mind. I'm mad at Mike. Come on, man. Come on, dude. TikTok for a week? Whatever you think you're doing, you're not doing it right, because you're watching a live stream right now. You're watching me right now. When you're a content creator, you don't have time to watch other people's content. That's when you know you're really doing it. I have never watched. I follow 2-3 people. Don't believe the hype. I only follow 2 or 3 content creators, and I don't even watch their videos. My boy Lightwork, I don't really watch all his videos. My boy, and that's one of my best online friends. We've had dinner together. We went and broke bread together. Brother from another mother. We're cool. I don't watch his videos. I like them. I'll share them. I can't sit down and watch them all. I'm too busy. I got life. I got shit to make. You're watching me right now. You're not making videos for TikTok. You're not. You're watching content. You're a consumer. If you're a content creator, you'd be creating content right now. Whatever it is. I don't watch the Super Bowl. I'm creating content during the Super Bowl. I don't watch the NBA Finals. I'm creating content. I didn't watch March Madness. I was creating content. You gotta be focused on your job. You cannot be watching other people's shit. That's when you know you're doing it right. You've been doing this a week? You're not doing it a week, bro. I just told you I quit a job. I quit a whole career to do this. You gotta be in, bro. You gotta be all in. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what you have in life, what you got going on. You gotta be all in. You feel me? All in, Schwinn. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Steelers are picking? They're not picking a quarterback? They're not picking Shedeur Sanders? Is that couch still empty? I would take Amara and Hampton right now. I would take Amara and Hampton. He's a beast. Who are they going to take? Is the pick in? The pick is in. Hold up. Let me check my board. Pick is in. Carson Swessinger. Go. Carson Swessinger. Donovan Ezekuru. Come on. Give me something. They don't need more offensive linemen. They drafted the shit out of them last year. Let's see what we got. Give me a second, guys. Sorry for the dead air. Yeah, man, you got to put in work, though, Man and Mike. Man and Mike said he just made a video. Okay. Here we go. I'm trying to read his lips. Derek Harmon, former Michigan State defensive tackle. Shout out to Derek Harmon. Beast of a player. Big man. My number 3 defensive tackle. That's 4 defensive tackles off the board in the first round. These teams value the hell out of these guys. Derek Harmon transferred to Oregon for his final year. Shout out to him. That's pretty cool, man. And he's going back. You know, he's a Michigan State kid through and through. He's from Michigan, so going to Pittsburgh makes sense regionally. His family got to be excited. Look at that man. He said, I just did it. Look at that. He should have had NIL and everything, right? And he live in a nice little hoopty house. I like that, man. They ain't got no fancy ass house with a bunch of bulls on the wall and shit. Like, no, they live like a normal ass person. I like that. I got to host a draft party over here so y'all can see how we're living. I'm just saying, excuse me. Sorry for rubbing my nose. I am under the weather. It is what it is. Ooh, the Chargers are going to get somebody. Somebody's dropping. Will Johnson's dropping. Remember, Will Johnson had injury concerns. That's probably why he's dropping. Injury concerns will dash your whole draft. It is what it is. Do you do any basketball? Do I do any basketball? I don't watch the NBA. I watch some college basketball. I will make videos trolling the basketball. I don't know what you mean by do I do any basketball. I used to play ball back in the day. I could run fives all day. I'm a point guard. I could dribble, run, drive. I'm fast as hell. Like, that's it. But I'm not the guy you want on your team. I'm not the guy you want to face. Let me just say I'm a football player on the court. So you're getting fouled. It's going to be very physical. I'm very strong. But even when I was younger, it was just, I was the dude. People didn't want to face me at the gym. They'd be like, they used to be both of us. Get them twins off the court, man. They can't be on. They're kamikaze, bro. I just run into you. I don't care. We're going to call fouls. We don't do free throws. So I don't hurt the foul you. I'm just going to foul you. You ain't kicking my ass. I'm going to foul you. You're going to be mad about it. Cool. Be mad. Take the ball out. Respect the call. But you're going to get fouled. A lot. But I'm nice with it. I've always been fast. I've always been athletic. So, yeah, basketball is natural to me. But I don't know what you mean. Do I give basketball picks? If you're looking for basketball picks, which means you're getting picks every single day, and there's 82 games, you're not for us, bro. MVPs is totally different. Those daily gamblers, those guys don't get away from us. We do a lot more research. I'm a lot slower. I'm going to put out a video once a week. You're going to make money on Saturdays and relax the rest of the week. If you're betting every single day, you have a problem, and you need to get your life together. You need to stay away from me. I don't want to contribute to your problem. Just letting you know. Why does this Bama Mel still have a job picking draft selections? He made one good prediction 20 years ago. He's talking about Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper made one prediction in the early 90s when he said Trent Dilfer would be a better pick than, who was it, Rick Meyer? It was something like that, right? Or Dan McGuire. Some shit like this. If you guys don't remember, if you were collecting baseball cards back then, I was collecting football cards. Dan McGuire, Mark McGuire's brother, he's 6'7". Dan McGuire was a Seahawks draft pick. And I think Rick Meyer was too. But these guys were terrible. Terrible. But their cards were worth so much, and then they just plummeted. And it's just year after year after year that, you know, they'll hype up a prospect and then miss. And Mel Kiper, if you guys don't know his story, he was doing draft projections and of draft evaluations on his own. And he made up his own business, made up his own company before anybody else existed, before the internet. And he would put out these little books, kind of like Phil Still's preseason hype magazines and stuff. But Mel Kiper was doing it, and eventually ESPN bought in and believed that he had a whole company doing these evaluations. It was just him. And he got one right, and he was pretty good at one. Everything else, I don't get down with Mel Kiper. And now over the years, people can duplicate what he's done. I can do the same thing. You guys know if I did NFL draft content year round, the way Mel Kiper does, year round, if I studied draft picks, I would have everything down. I would do mock drafts. I would do assessments on players and how they fit on teams, and I would help you bet on all this stuff. But I only do the draft after the season, and I only look at draft picks from this moment until the draft, and then I'll do the review. I don't look at them again because I got to focus on UFC and college football. And I might even skip the in-depth draft analysis because I have to get focused on futures bets. And futures bets take so much time, like, of preparation. I have to do so much research to know what a team's going to be next year. It's not a hangout. Like, you can't say a team's going to win 10 games or win the conference. You have to actually identify the losses and the wins. And then when you identify the wins and the losses for a particular team, then you have to identify the wins and losses for those teams because you've already identified them for those teams, right? So, like, you can't just randomly say Penn State's going to the playoffs. You can't do that. You have to actually sit there and apply W's and L's. And then when you do that, you have to go to every team's schedule and do that. And then eventually you just have to predict the entire college football landscape in the preseason. Literally impossible. And you got to do it at an accuracy hit rate of something insane, right? You got to at least be above 60% to even be remotely viable for your gamblers. And some things that'll really help you is if you hit it out the park on some underdogs, like Indiana, Vanderbilt last year. Those were Colorado. I hit on all three of those on their overs and significant amounts. But at the same time, I missed. I missed on North Carolina, North Carolina State, Arizona, Rutgers. I know I missed on those four big time. And you don't want Oklahoma State. You don't want to miss on those things. So you just keep trying, and we keep track of everything. But yeah, that's how that works. So we'll get to it after the draft for sure. But Mel Kiper, he's not special anymore. A lot of people evaluate the players and evaluate what's going on. Lots of linebackers left for the Bucs to get. Okay, there you go. Linebackers ain't coming off the board. Excuse me. Chargers are trying to make a trade. That's why everybody's in that room is quiet. They're trying to make a trade or a pick. They're trying to make moves. That's why they're running out of time. It doesn't say the pick is in. They're trying to shop that thing. He stays still in. Yeah, he stays still in for sure. Rico's storytelling is set to Hall of Fame mode. Coaches Brian, thank you so much. I try my best. I don't even try, man. It's just natural for me. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. Rico, what you think about lineman from Bama Cowboys took? He's my number one guard in the draft, Chuck B. Water. He is the number one guard in the draft. It's a good pick. If that's what you needed and you address the team need, they got one. And he's a baller. Sean Dolick. Oh, Sean Dolick. Oh, top linebackers. Sean Dolick, I'm sorry. So Sean Dolick, you see him up here. You see him twice. So he's not in the top 10 among linebackers, but he's my number one favorite linebacker in the draft. That's a lot different from being in the top 10. This is my favorite means I don't give a shit what you say. I don't care when he's drafted or if he's drafted. He's my favorite, and you can't change my mind on that. He is my number one favorite linebacker. He's also my favorite hidden gem. Sean Dolick led the country in tackles. 2 years ago, he was second in the MAC in tackles, but he led the country in tackles, and he had more interceptions than Travis Hunter this year. Sean Dolick's amazing, and he still didn't get an invite to the combine. He had an incredible pro day. I think Sean Dolick's a great football player. I hope he gets drafted. I'm in on him all day. I'm with it. I like Sean Dolick a lot. Shout out to him. Yeah, I won't. You're crazy. You kept saying Sean. I was thinking you were talking about like somebody else. No, that's my guy. That's on me, man. I should have known what you were saying. I can't read minds, though. I don't know what you're saying. All right, who did the Chargers take? Did they take Will Johnson? We know they didn't take a quarterback. Did Matthew Golden in there? Look, he had to take his glasses off. Matthew Golden looking shy and scared, bro. These dudes are embarrassed. Oh, Jim Harbaugh's the coach? Who did Jim Harbaugh take? Jim Harbaugh's going to take Will Johnson. That's his guy. Wouldn't he just take him? If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm taking Will Johnson. Excuse me. Coachy says, my job sent me for basic hand-to-hand combat training tomorrow. I know they've been watching me watch MVP content on Patreon. Hilarious. Go do your thing, coaches. Just remember, I could beat up the instructor. Rico, you did a lineman draft board. What social media platform you did it on? B Water, I did a lineman. I don't do a draft board. I don't believe in draft boards, but I did a lineman podcast on YouTube, and I posted my rankings on Twitter. But these are all my linemen. I did an entire episode on all the tackles, guards, and centers. I put them all in one episode. So if you go to YouTube and you go to the live tab, I will do it for you so you can see what it looks like. Give me a second here. I don't know if you're on your phone or what you're on, so apologies in advance. Just let me click on the live tab. So if I can pull this up for you guys. If you go to YouTube, RicoKnows, and you go to the homepage, you don't click on videos or shorts. Like, those don't matter. They're fine. I post videos. I don't ever post shorts. But you're going to want to go in here. He took Amar Hampton. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. You're going to go in here and you're going to click on live. And then you can see all the podcasts. And here I did offensive lineman rankings. So I talked about offensive linemen for 1.5 hours. I highly recommend you watch all these live streams before the draft is over. Like, when you're waiting for the draft to start, go ahead and watch these things. And you'll learn about all the players. Like, Omar Hampton is my number one running back in the draft. So it's just one of those things. You got to go learn about all the players. That way, when you watch this draft later in the rounds, you're never surprised and you know all the players. I think you should learn about them. I talk about every prospect, literally every prospect that I think is going to get drafted. I cover about 50 people per episode. I go deep. And I'll even talk about guys who aren't going to get drafted that I think will make a final 53, which is why you need to care about the undrafted free agents, right? And whoever they land. So that's kind of what I do there. But yeah, shout out to the offensive lineman. I hope you watch that. It's on YouTube. Tight end Brody Dalton from Troy commits to Bama. Yep. Rico, why is Will Johnson falling? I just talked about it. He has injury concerns. He was injured at the end of the year, and he hasn't really been able to do any of the testing. So he's falling. And these teams probably don't need corners. So you're going to fall. What do you think of Jalen Walker to the Falcons? Congratulations to both parties. I hope they enjoy what they picked. I'll be giving my assessment on all the picks later. Do I think it was a good value pick? Sure. He was my third linebacker, though. I don't think he's the best linebacker in the draft. But if you wanted to take a guy that's local and you've evaluated him at length and you want to start that pipeline and that relationship with Georgia, then go ahead. But I don't care. Damn, I forgot I said that. I remember you told me you didn't want to charge for the UFC picks yet. Oh, yeah, I did. I said I'm going to wait till the next year. So I didn't charge them. I was giving them away for free. Very true story there, Prod Self. Shout out to you, man. Rico, how do you focus on one thing at a time, or are you constantly looking at different things when you're working? Example, you're doing video and transfer portal news happens. Do you finish the video first? I definitely finish the video first. I have notepads with me at all times, and I'm taking notes of all the different things I want to do that day. I have an agenda, and I never finish my notes. I never finish what I want to do that day. It always carries over to the next day and the next day and the next day. There's always something that doesn't get done. That's how much work I have to do. I put them in priority order. Some things are a higher priority than others. So I'll probably have an idea, and I'll be like, oh, I want to do the story time for these guys. I want to talk about this or that, and then I don't ever get around to it. But I will start prepping for a video. And so the way I prep for videos on TikTok is different from YouTube, right? TikTok, I have to do a search for what I want to talk about because I got to have a background photo in my background for the 3D green screen. Not 3D, but for the green screen. So I'm doing a lot of that. It's just preparation that kind of hinders you from hitting record initially. But once I hit record, that video is getting made and I'm done and I can move on. It's just how fast can I get there to hit record? Give you an example. Tonight, the UFC fights. I know what I want to say. I know who I'm picking. I know what I'm going to do. But there's a lot of things that go into place before I make videos for UFC. So I only posted one video on YouTube, made it free, posted that link on TikTok, on Patreon, made it free, then went to Twitter, posted it there, made it free, and I'm just constantly having to bounce around to different platforms to post everything. Could I hire someone to do this for me? Sure. I could just hit record and do that. But I have no overhead. Everything is profit for me. So I do everything myself. And I feel like I'm sufficient in doing it. I'm not running out of time. I'm not overwhelmed. This is going to be a rough week or two, but it's because I took a vacation. I don't get any days off during the football season. Football season, once it starts in August, I work 7 days a week until it's done. So I work from August to January with no days off, and I probably put in 18 to 20 hours a day. It's just, it is what it is. You can't complain. I will never complain. The amount of money I make during football season is enough to carry me for 2 years. So we just put in the grind and get it to work, and you don't complain about that kind of stuff. So it's tough. That's how I focus. I have an order of operations and a priority list, and I get after it. But I have everything up, so it is what it is. Why the F did Tampa take a wide receiver? I don't know. They liked him. They wanted to get a good weapon. He was the best player on the board. I don't know. I didn't talk to Tampa. Will Johnson and PS2. I don't know what that means. PS2. Jalen Milroe would actually be pretty good if he could throw a football. Well, yeah. I mean, if players could do things that they can't do, they'd be amazing, right? Like, I'd be pretty good if I could fly. That would be pretty fucking awesome. The chance of me flying and Jalen Milroe being able to throw a football, they're about equivalent. So, Shador in tears right now. Nah, his pride won't let him have tears, bro. He'll just sit around and say everybody got it wrong. Acronym. I knew it was. I knew it was an acronym. I got there. We still in this, in his crazy. While still in his crazy. Yeah. Rico beat the case. I did beat the case. I did have to write a 57-page rebuttal, though. It wasn't. I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version, but I did have to beat the case. It was 57 pages I had to write to a general, but I did it because I'm Rico and I won, and I got my retirement. And I got everything done because I was a good guy. I had nothing to hide. Steelers taking D-line. Did they? I hope they did. Are you gonna watch the new Warfare movie? Nick, is this a superhero movie? Warfare? Sounds like a superhero movie. Are you talking about like Marvel and shit? Bro, I think I watched the original Iron Man and I've never seen anything else. I don't like fake shit. I like to learn. If I'm going to sit down and watch a movie, I'm so busy with work. If I'm ever going to sit down and watch a movie, I'm going to sit down and learn something. If I'm not learning anything, if it's not nonfiction, I can't fuck with you. Like, I'm going to give you guys an example. One of my top 5 favorite movies recently is Argo. And if you watch Argo, you might be bored out of your mind. But not me. I like dialogue-heavy movies. I like court litigation. I don't like action. I will fall asleep in an action movie. I cannot watch an action movie to save my life. It just is not appealing to me. I'm watching John Wick shoot 100 guys without reloading. I can't stand it. I can't watch a movie with a high-speed chase in it. A fight scene when I know the star's not dying in the first 5 minutes. It's just all pointless. I don't like any of that stuff. That's just childish shit. I will never get into it. No, I'm in dialogue-heavy movies. History, timepieces, all kinds of shit. Documentaries reign supreme for me. I just got to learn. I got to be in there to learn. So I got to leave with something, bro. I'm leaving with something, right? Shout out to Denzel. I'm leaving with something. But that's where I'm at on that. Excuse me. Thank God it's not Shador. Nope. Damn, man. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. What up, Copious? Good to see you, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Hey, Copious a day 1A1. When we getting some new merch, Rico? You know, we haven't really focused on the new merch. I apologize, Proud Self. That's so true. If you guys want a Rico Knows merch, you just go to RicoKnows.org. Obviously, we have not updated it in 2 years, so you can get a bunch of, like, stuff. I mean, it's fine. It's older stuff, though. We haven't really worked on any of it. I don't know. I should talk to Kim about that. Maybe she can revamp it up this summer. We are a little busy right now, but we can get around to it. Thanks for the reminder. Do you think Jack Kaiser will be drafted? Oh, yeah. Jack Kaiser, Notre Dame, team captain, played 70 games at Notre Dame. That's my guy, bro. Jack Kaiser's on my list for real, for real. I like Jack Kaiser a lot. Yes, he will be drafted. I found YouTube. What up, Ryan Sanger? Haha, just bumping you from TikTok. ESPN glazing Dion's boy. Oh, it's on mute at all times. Guys, I watched the entire NFL draft with me talking the whole time. I have not heard a single peep from these guys. They don't bring any information to me. They don't tell me anything I don't know. I'm good. I'm here. I'll never watch this crap. It's a shame I'm giving it ratings. I'm telling you that right now. I've been talking for 3 hours straight. No breaks. I'm good. It ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm built for this. Them guys on TV ain't built for it. They're taking piss breaks. They got producers in their ears telling them what to say. They're feeding them stats, feeding them information. I don't need nobody feeding me information. I can just talk about every player right here, right off the spot. Who's the next player? We'll see if I know him. You guys think I know the next player? Yeah, I know the fucking next player. I know the next 200 players. It's crazy. Want to see a dead body hoodie shirt merch? Oh, we got you. We'll make that happen, Chase Gary. Want to see a dead body on the front? You want it on the front or on the back? We will make that happen. Let's see. Man, I need to see this pic. Kim will get on it. I promise you. Shout out to you, Ryan Sanger. Thanks for coming over from TikTok, though, man. I appreciate you, though. You know, there's always people on TikTok watching. These guys don't ever come over. We don't care. Now you can watch all the stuff on the live tab. See what he picked, bro. What is this guy doing? Just make the pick. We already been here all night, bro. It's been 3 hours. 22 picks. Matthew Golden finally gets drafted by the Packers. Oh, boy. Well, ain't he glad he was there? Look at him. Get your shades on. He's like, it's time to go. It's time to go. Dude, you know he's mad. This is a young man that used to play in Houston and then went to Texas. And now you got to go play in freezing ass cold Green Bay. Nah, he's mad, bruh. He didn't want to play in Green Bay. He wanted San Diego. Congrats to Matthew Golden. He's freezing. He's already cold. That's a crazy pick. That's a crazy pick. That's a crazy pick. What do you think about the Steelers pick? Oh, Beastie. He's good. Good defensive tackle. Good beast of a man. They'll be fine. Because running back, North Carolina running back. Oh, Omar and Hampton. Yeah. Shador going 2-round number 1, probably. Going round 2, number 1. You think he's going to be the first pick in the second round? So if you know somebody's going to be the first pick in the second round, what happens is you either go trade. You trade to go get him. You trade to go get him. Oh, he's there. He's in that spot. He likes to hear the crowd cheering because they're all excited. They're in Green Bay, right? But you trade to go get him at the end of the first round. You trade into the first round if you want him. They're going to be talking trades all night, man. These GMs, they're going to be talking trades all night, man. They pop in. Fireworks for Matthew Golden for the third leading receiver at Houston? Ah, you guys are crazy, bro. Give me Sammy Brown. When he was teammates with Sammy Brown, he wasn't the leading receiver at Houston. Sammy Brown's in his draft. They gotta tell this little guy how to turn. He's smaller than hell, bro. He's smaller than hell. I don't know how big hell is. I'm just saying. Xavier Watts, Jalen Walker going to play edge. Well, he's not going to play edge full time. He's not big enough to play edge full time. So what you do when you get a linebacker like that, Copious, 6'3", 240-ish, you don't go play edge full time. You what you're doing is you're running a 3-4 defense. And when you run a 3-4 defense, now your outside linebackers can come up on the line of scrimmage, outside of tackles, get a 2-point stance, and now they look like edge rushers, but they don't have to stay edge rushers. They can actually go different ways. They let this guy get on the mic? Is this normal? Has everybody been getting on the mic? What is this nonsense? Tell this little dude, keep it down, bro. You're a rookie. Carry my shoulder pads. You're a rookie. Carry my shoulder pads. We ain't doing all that. I don't know what he's saying. Let's see here. Rico, you ever took a vacation at Dirty Myrtle, a.k.a. Myrtle Beach? No, I have not, Jacoby Harris. I was in Georgia. I didn't spend much time in South Carolina. The only places I've been in South Carolina, lately I've been going on vacation in South Carolina. Only places I've been in South Carolina are Charleston. I recently went there twice in the last year. So Charleston, I've done vacation there. Columbia, I go there often. Go there pretty often. I like to go catch comedy shows, concerts, whatever. So Columbia straight. Greenville, been over there. Been to Rock Hill, but there's really nothing to do there. Greenville, I like going over there. It's pretty, and the downtown's nice, and the waterfall and all that. Been to Spartanburg, been to Orangeburg, been to Aiken, Lexington, and I've never really messed with Hilton Head or Myrtle Beach, though. Never really messed with either one of those. So that's about how much of South Carolina I know. I don't really know the whole state like that. I don't get down there. It's a lot of small little towns, man. I don't know what you guys do for fun around here, but fun for me is get the hell out of the state. Jack Kaiser's going to be a hidden gem in this draft. He plays with a lot of heart. So how are you a hidden gem if you started 70 games at Notre Dame? What are you talking about? Like, how are you a hidden gem? Everybody knows who you are. You started 70 games at Notre Dame. Second most games ever. The most games in school history, but how is that a hidden gem? Who the fuck doesn't know about Jack Kaiser? It's wild to me. The odds of you flying are higher than Milroe throwing a football well. Yeah. More likely to happen. No, Warfare is Ray Mendoza Iraq war movie. Oh, dude. I don't have to see an Iraq war movie, man. I was there. I was in it. I was in the Iraq war. I don't have to see actors. Who the fuck is Ray Mendoza? Is he acting as a soldier? That's silly. I was in the Iraqi war. Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was in New Dawn as well. Nah, bro, we're not doing this. You want me to watch a movie? Yeah, Rico. Rico, watch the Warfare. You should watch that in Hurt Locker. Get the fuck, dude. Do something with yourself, bruh. Hidden gem T-shirts. Rico knows hidden gems. Ah, nice. Hold on. We gotta take notes, bruh. We gotta take notes. These are great ideas. Want to see a dead body? Man, don't go to my trophy room, Ryan. Want to see a dead body? Donovan Jackson just got drafted. Want to see a dead body? And y'all want that on a hoodie. And then it'll be Rico Knows. Rico Knows on the back. We'll put Rico Knows on the back. At the top. And then we're going to do Hidden Gem. Oh, we'll do a Rico Knows Hidden Gem. The kids can get one. Rico Knows Hidden Gem. Hey, if you donate $100, you get a free Rico Knows Hidden Gem shirt mailed to you. High school film reviews. And then you can go to camps wearing Rico Knows Hidden Gems t-shirts. What? I don't need to see a movie. I'm just saying, bro. I don't need to see a movie like that. Thoughts on Shannon Sharp being 57 and having relations with a 19-year-old girl? The age gap doesn't matter. The age gap doesn't matter. This matters right here. 20 minus 3. 20 minus 3 equals minor. That's what matters. That's what I wrote on Twitter. If he's been with this girl for 3 years, he said they've been having consensual sex for 3 years. Somebody let me know. It says since 2022. That's 3 years ago. Let me know how we're getting there. How are we doing this legally? 3 years ago. I don't get down with it, bro. Don't get down with it at all. I got a daughter that age. You couldn't. No, not everything has a price tag. Not everything has a price tag. I don't know if Golden is that good. Are the Giants taking Jackson Dart, bro? The Giants taking Jackson Dart? He's posing for pictures. Okay, they're probably not. We're crazy. We're crazy. The argument that if a player could do something then, they would be great is so stupid. In hypotheticals, every player is great. Correct, Alan Howard. I'm telling you, man, if Jackson Dart could run like Jalen Milroe, he'd be untouchable. He'd be untouchable if he could run like Jalen Milroe. See that? That's how that works. Thought he player for Oregon State. Noah, I don't know who you're talking about. How far will Benjamin Morrison fall before he's drafted? He was probably the best corner in the draft before his injury. He was never the best corner in the draft. That's number one. Number two, when you see no corners coming off the board, you don't have to take them. And if they're not going on a run on corners, he's just going to keep falling. So, I mean, eventually he'll be taken. Second round, third round, it'll happen. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. Welcome to North, young man from Texas. Oh, welcome to the North. Oh, you're talking about that boy Golden. Okay. Welcome. Hidden Gem t-shirt. I got you. I got pics of Iraq 0304. I don't need to see a movie. Exactly, man. I don't need to see a movie, bro. I got pictures in my trophy room. I got pictures, coins, awards. I got a dirty hat. I got all kinds of stuff, man. I'm good. Giants trading back into the first round. I think you're right, Rico. They might go get him. Oh, snap. Giants are on the clock. They just traded in. Texans get pick 34 and pick 99 and a 2026 third round pick. Okay, so the Giants just traded down, back in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Pop hates Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood. He was 7th Group Special Forces during that time. There you go. Never seen it. But I shout out to your pops. I'd cop some Rico merch. It already exists. Copious highlights. The Rico merch has existed for years. Rico merch is at RicoKnows.org. It's always been there. We just haven't updated it, but it's there. Hurt Locker be triggering me. Arcom says 5 million pounds of UXO. Nice. Unexploded ordnance, by the way, guys. They do so much wrong with the boom boom stuff. Yeah, I don't even mess with it. Oh, wow. Did not know that. Yep. Did Shannon say he was with her 3 years himself? No, he didn't say he was with her. He said they had consensual sex for 3 years. He wrote that on Twitter when it first came out. So, it is what it is. The Bills will get the best safety available in the first, probably. Well, there you go. Who's the best safety available? Who do you think it is? Right? Is it Malachi Starks? Is it my boy Nick? Nick E. A man Waree. Finally, we back in business. Giants. We back, baby. Jackson better be worth that second on your board. Oh, well, I can't. Remember, and I'm not making predictions on how good they're going to be in the NFL. That's not part of my assessment. I have no control over how they're going to be utilized by an NFL team. I don't have any control over what team they're going to or what scheme they fall in or what coaching staff gets them, because some coaching staffs will ruin a player. Like if you go to the Jets, how are you going to be successful? The odds of you being successful on the Jets is very, very slim. Right? Very slim. So let's see if the Giants pick Shador in the first round. I said Shador being drafted in the first round was a minus 340, and that was a bet, minus 340, and now it's a little scary, but I hope the pick is in. Oh, look, Jackson Dart looking happy. Jackson Dart smiling, bro. He's going to New York? Is that crazy? Or is he just... What are we doing here? Did the Giants trade back into the first round to get Jackson Dart? Hey, if they traded back in to get Jackson Dart, please understand, those interviews with Shador Sanders were terrible. The fact that he fell to 25 lets you know that that guy interviewed terribly. Some of you guys think you're good at job interviews, and then you don't get the job. This is similar to that. These guys, you're just uninformed and delusional. Let's see what happens. Falcons are moving back into the first round to the Rams spot at number 26. Falcons just traded to 26. Who did they take? Jackson Dart! Holy shit! It's all about it, baby! It's all about how you do your job interview. Let's go! Jackson Dart! Jackson Dart! First round pick. Going to the Giants. That's how you do it, bruh. Do it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. Hey, tell that Shador dude to sit down. I think he pees sitting down, bruh. Oh. Traded back in to get Jackson. I'm on it. The page revise have been sold out for years. Chase Gary, you don't know shit, bruh. My girl's downstairs right now ready for me because I got on this visor. She ready for me right now. Hot like an oven. Dang, I don't mess with Shannon anymore then. That's what it took? That's what it took? Did you not hear the phone calls, bruh? He tried to claim it was a BDSM relationship. Yeah, we hear you, man. You just don't threaten physical harm. You can say some freaky shit. You can say whatever you want to say. But you better be on the same page. Better be on the same page. I think the Lions will be drafting speed this time around, but I don't know shit. Okay, Ryan. Nice disclaimer there. Nice PSA disclaimer. It's crazy how Cam Ward was a no-star and is a number 1 draft pick and was in the same class as DJ Uiagalelei, who was a 5-star and is now sitting on his couch watching the draft. Well, Jacoby Harris, it's not that crazy, right? The reality is recruiting websites, they evaluate players that go to camps. And if you have money to go to camps and you look like the best player at the camps, they're going to give you those ratings. They're going to give you those stars. If you can't make it to the camps, they'll never know about you. They don't know what they don't know. I think they all suck. I get that. Another thing that can really take you a long way is player development is on the player. You got to want to be better. I don't think DJ Uiagalelei wants to be better. His mom was busy having an affair with his quarterback coach or whatever he was. Dad won't even admit it, won't even talk about it, but that's why he was playing so bad when he was at Clemson, and that's why he wanted to move closer to his family and get rekindled with all them. I don't care about none of that shit. Guy sucks, bro. He just sucks when you watch him. He's just not any good. Jackson Dart just became a giant. Nice. He's the 3rd first-round pick in the common draft era since Eli and Archie. There you go. Jackson Dart's a beast, bro. Jackson Dart's a beast. Well, as a Bills fan, I want Will. I think Stark got behavioral issues. Oh, no. Never heard of that in my life. I won't even let that slide. Oh, no. Malachi Starks has been amazing from the jump. I've been following that young man for years upon years. And you guys know I call out all behavioral concerns, all character concerns. I have zero concern about his behavioral issue. There's no behavioral issue. I think that's absurd. Just to even write that. Nah. Starks is not a problem. Starks is a team guy. He's an amazing leader. He's well-spoken, educated. Like, everything about Malachi Starks is invest in that man. Pay that man millions of dollars and invest in him. No, that's crazy talk. Ecstasy, I ain't even mad at you or nothing. Sometimes you guys get carried away. Like, I always will let you know when a player's substandard. I'll let you know he got character concerns. I wouldn't draft him, wouldn't put him on my team. I always do that shit. Always. It has to be valid and warranted. It never going to do that shit. Malachi Starks is him. I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons take him right now. They just traded back into the first round. Who do they pick? Shedeur Sanders? Who do they pick? James Pierce. Wow. Yeah, 4.540, 4.440 is going to get you there. Beast of a player. To get him this late is pretty damn good value, too. I didn't anticipate him going this late. Jackson Dart, bro. That's a gangster pick. Jackson Dart. Man, makes me wish I had swapped Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. Because I would have had it right. Doesn't really matter. Pierce got drafted in the first round. You're a first-round draft pick. It's a big deal. Falcons get 2025 first-round pick. They just got that. 2025 third-round pick. Rams get 2025 second-round pick. Okay. And a 2026 first-round. Oh. 2025 seventh. All right. Rams fleece these dudes. Yeah, the Rams fleeced them. They must have really wanted James Pierce. Remember when they didn't go after a defender last year? They went and took Michael Penix instead? Yeah, they messed up. They were supposed to take Dallas or anybody. They could have taken the top defender last year, and they didn't do it. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. Good luck. I mean, congratulations to them. Congrats. They got what they wanted. They got Dart. Oh shit. What up? Let me know. My goat, Jackson Dart. Rico, what's your bench press? Copious highlights. I really don't know. It's probably in the upper threes, maybe 385. I want to say it's 400, but I don't know. So a couple things. I don't bench press with a spotter because I just don't, right? So I just kind of do what I can handle, what's safe. But right now, I just rep 315 over and over and over for my sets. I don't go any heavier because I don't have a spotter. But I did a supine bench. And on the supine bench, I did 405. And I did that. And I'm doing, and when I say this, the crazy thing is I'm not maxing. I'm doing it for 10 reps. I'm doing like 4 sets of 10. So I was able to do a supine bench at 405. I can lift a lot. I'm a pretty strong guy, so it is what it is. Oh, I forgot about the phone call. Yeah, that was crazy, but I'm in college and hear worse all the time. Oh, I don't know. Never mind. I think I'm mistaken Starks with someone else from Bama. Oh, yeah, I don't know who. I don't have a safety from Bama. Yeah, nothing. Falcons doubling down on defense. Get a true edge with Donovan from BC or Mike Green. They got themselves a true edge. They got Pierce. That's who they valued more. That's not bad. Mike Green's got a lot of red flags. That dude's got 2 sexual assault allegations against him, one from high school and one from college. 2 different women. Not good. Claims he's innocent. Claims all that matters is he's been moving up draft boards and all this shit. That's not all that matters, man. Teams don't want that, man. Teams want good players and people that believe in, oh, look, right here, let's go with Donovan right now. Donovan, Ezekaru going to the Ravens. That would make sense. That would be a good pick for me. I hope the Seahawks trade up for Nick Manwari. They might not have to trade up. They might just wait. No Stark slander in this chat. Yeah, agree, Noah. He's a great player. Bye-bye, Dayball. The hell? Dayball's fine. Jackson Dart is New York Giant. I'm stoked. There you go, Jared Bush. I think I'm mistaken him with Moore from Bama. My bad. Okay. No problem. Which safety do you think is better? I don't know who you're talking about. The top 2 are far and away better than everybody else. Retired darts number. I already talked about all the safeties if you rewind the show. I talked about it at the very beginning of this podcast. So you can just scroll all the way back to the beginning and start watching it. And you'll see I broke down every corner and safety in the draft. Or at least on my chart. And Abdul Carter, New York Giants, finally made great picks. Yeah, so you make great picks, right, Jared Bush? But did you give up too much to trade back into the first round as part of the assessment? You can make a great pick, but you might have traded up too much. Traded off too much to get there. I don't know. I have to assess it. Hey, Rico, Army question for you. Your collarbones got some pinholes. Mine do. Ryan Sanger. So, they do, but I need people to understand, and what if you don't know what he's referring to? He's referring to blood rank. So when you get promoted in the Army, you get promoted here on your shoulders. Back then, we used to wear the rank on our lapels. Nowadays, it's in your chest, so people would punch you in the chest when you get promoted. So you'd get the rank up here, and there's these things called dammits. They go on the back of them. But they would leave the dammits off so people could come in, and instead of shaking your hand, if they outranked you, they would be able to dig the rank into your body and dig them into your little thing. You get stabbed, like with thumbtacks. You're getting stabbed in your collarbone over and over and over. So you probably wear 2 shirts the day you get promoted, wear your winter BDUs instead of your summers. There's a lot of strategies involved or whatever to try to avoid this or whatever. But here, let me tell you one strategy. The strategy is to get promoted ahead of everybody else. I became a staff sergeant in 4 years. I was a platoon sergeant in 4 years. Nobody's hitting my shoulders, bro. Nobody's putting anything. I'm also a physical force. No, I've never been blood rank stabbed or nothing like that. I didn't play that shit. Oh, you would have got punched in the line. Don't care who you are. That's not happening to me. So I can't relate. My collarbones are fine, but I understand the concept. I mean, I lived it, but I never did it to anyone, and I never had it done to me. I watched it. I do see the line and everybody doing it and all that shit, but I would never do it to anyone. I didn't care who it was. I respected everybody. He got promoted. It wasn't a rite of passage to me. It wasn't any. I found it ridiculous. So you don't get to stab me in my collarbones. It would be the last thing you did that day or any day. Yeah, I'm a problem. So nope. Shout out to you though. You never had that problem. Let's see here. Where'd the question go? You took it away? Oh, no, there it is, Ryan. I see it. Nick took his question away, or his message away. Let me see real quick. Let me see what the Ravens just got. Ravens select Malachi Starks. There you go. Malachi's a beast. Malachi's a beast. Good player. Ravens just got their Ed Reed. Ravens just got their Ed Reed. I like that. That's a beast of a kid, man. I've been watching him for many, many years. That's a good player. Good player. Good draft pick, too. Good spot. So, what you'll notice from the Ravens with that is they didn't allow Nick Manwari's combine, performance to dictate how they evaluate the safeties and what they thought. But now, I'm looking at a man walking up in pink, bro. Nah. Not drafting a dude in all pink. We're not doing it. We're not doing it, bro. You guys normalize this shit too much, man. Y'all normalize this. We're not doing it. Should have been in an all-black suit. I'm just saying. What do you think about the Niners pick? Very good. Very good pick, Taco. Talked about it earlier. It was Mykel Williams, best player in the draft, so it's not a bad pick at all. What's with the 105 roster limit? Shit's stupid. Will, what do you mean? So they have to put a limit on the roster size because what they're going to do next, or what they're doing, is they're doing revenue sharing. And the revenue sharing is going to have to go to all the players who are on scholarship, not just random walk-ons. And, when you get those random walk-ons, they were boosting the program. It's just a whole lot of things involved here. You also have to control a bunch of other factors, and I don't want to get into it right now because it's a long tirade of conversation. But I would tell you is it's better for football. It's better for the players. It's better for the schools to be capped at 105. Now there's a distribution of talent, and other teams can be competitive in that regard, and they don't get to just hog everything. And you also don't get to tell players they got a gray shirt and all that other stuff. So I like it. Saw Malachi Starks in the state semifinals back in 2020. Dominated the game on both sides. Yep, he was a great running back. Crazy when you get to witness greatness before the rest of the world does. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Willie. It really is. Shout out to him. He's always been great. Extra C says, I meant which DB do you think the Bills should get? Can you show your chart real quick? Yeah, my bad. When are the Bills drafting? The Bills draft in the second round? When do the Bills draft? So the DBs are over here on the bottom right. I mean, you still have Will Johnson available. You have a ton of great corners available. They can get any one of them. Safeties, I would say the top four are far and away better than top five are probably really, really good. Maybe top four are far and away better than the rest. So, but they're fine. I think they're excited about something. Ravens draft room. Ravens are pumped about getting Malachi Starks. Just sitting back, letting him fall to them. It's pretty good. First safety off the board in the first round. We don't get safeties in the first round. So he's going to be one of the highest paid safeties. Because we just don't get them like that. That's pretty cool. Shout out to him. I feel like the Vikings could have traded back and got a second and third. Well, of course, Jeremiah. Everybody's going to do this hypothetical shit. You got no control over that. Who are they going to trade back with? And how are they going to get all that? Do you think it was smart of the Broncos to pick a cornerback in the first round? I mean, I don't know. I'll assess that later. Right in the knee-jerk reaction right now, you guys. I don't know your team and their needs. I don't do that all year round. Like, I don't sit around and look at NFL teams. I look at 0 NFL teams, so I don't know what they needed. That's why I don't do mock drafts and pretend to talk about like this needs section here. I have no fucking clue. What I can tell you is the players I think fill those needs. But I don't know if that was a better pick than what else they needed. It takes me time to do that assessment and to give you an accurate answer on that. Right now, like just me sitting here, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. These guys have a lot of energy. Look at them. They're still cheering and screaming. This draft's been going on for over 3 hours. I could have watched Titanic, bro. You know what I mean? This chick is ridiculous. She painted her face, and she's wearing a poncho and a Hispanic hat. How does that represent the Lions? How does that represent Detroit? The fuck? Is it because the Mexicans used to work in the factories? What was that? That's just silly. Let's just put some shit on. That's ridiculous, bro. Damn, injuries matter this much. Will Johnson better than this? Yeah, injuries are the number one way to fall in the draft. If you're not cleared by doctors, you will fall in the draft, period. They'll let some character concerns go before they... The one thing they can't ignore is medical. You can't ignore medical. It makes sense for Detroit to take Will Johnson here. He's from Michigan. Local guy. They're going to love him. It makes sense, but who knows what they do. Maybe they take Donovan instead. Go eat some kneecaps. Let's see what they do. I would take a man worry. Let's see it. I'm excited right now. Let's see who they took. Let's see who they took. Tyleik Williams. Wow, that's a crazy draft. Now that's just trying to be smarter than everybody else in the room. Tyleik Williams, fine. If you guys didn't see him, he fell on his 40 at his pro day. Tyleik Williams is my guy. He's my third favorite defensive tackle in the draft. I did not have him in my top 10, but he's my favorite. He's my third favorite. I like him. Remember, I have rules. Most of the time, I don't like to put players on my favorites in the top 10. I like to get them different because it's just I don't like all the redundancy. But he's a good player. It's just crazy to see him go ahead of Joshua Farmer or T.J. Sanders, Ty Robinson. Like, I wouldn't put anybody above Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson is the man. But, more power to him. More power to him. Thoughts on guard for Dallas? Thoughts. Diego's different. Well, Tyler Booker is my number one guard in the draft. If you want to know what I thought about Tyler Booker, please go to the live tab on YouTube here and go watch the podcast on offensive linemen. And I talked about Tyler Booker at length in that podcast. I go in order. So I talk about all the offensive tackles first, and then I talk about the guards. He's my number one guard. So when you're doing it, you'll watch the show and you'll know where I'm about to talk about people. None of these teams are going to draft a quarterback. So Shedeur Sanders not going in the first round. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. That means that video I put out for the MVPs, we got no chance of making money on that. That's life. Somebody's going to be mad. I ain't worried about it. Guys, I'll lose zero sleep on that. I can't help with these NFL teams. That's what I told you. I'm probably not the guy to speak on this. I ain't messing with this. Give me a second, y'all. You guys know I've been doing it and doing it well. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. You guys want to see something pretty cool? I'll show you guys something pretty cool. I had a young man. I'm going to show this to you guys online. We're going to talk about this. His name is Tyler Henry. He was dealing with some injuries, and he jumped in the transfer portal, and he said, Rico, can you help me? I said, yeah, man. Just get on the waiting list, and I'll help you. I don't even care where you get on the waiting list. So he sent $35, and he said he had a partial scholarship to Prairie View A&M, but no full scholarships to Division I schools. He sent me $30. My bad. I started writing to everybody. I started doing everything I could, right? I said, it happens. You might have to take a chance on this. He said, thank you, Rico. I got 2 Division I full rides now. All I did was write about him on my homepage on Twitter. All I did. I didn't do a film review. I just did I might have did a film review. No, I didn't do a film review. I just wrote about him on Twitter and just said, hey, let's get this kid a scholarship. So he wrote to me and said, thank you. I got 2 Division I scholarships. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I love to do. I don't care about the money. I don't care about that. I did that for $30. I'm not going to get rich doing that for $30. And I helped that young man get 2 full ride scholarships, D1. Got him hooked up with the right schools, all because he posted with me. That's how we get down. Shout out to him. I'm pretty excited about that. That makes me happy. So, happy I could help. That's awesome. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see here. Thoughts on Shamar Stewart to Cincy? Yeah, I like Shamar Stewart's potential. And I told you guys he was my number 2 going into the draft. So to see him go to Cincy that late, pretty good get for them. Shout out to them. Do you agree to the injury timeout rules change? Jacoby Harris, I really don't care. It's all showmanship. Who gives a shit, man? Does it impact the final score of the game? Not really. I don't care. Let's get rid of all the bullshit, right? Let's get rid of all the fake injury stuff. But people are flopping in football. People are soccer. People are flopping in basketball. People are complaining about injuries in football. It doesn't matter. I care about the game and what they're doing. The famous Detroit luchadors. Oh, luchadors, wrestlers. Yeah, there you go. Everyone knows about them. No one does. There you go. Shador not getting drafted in the first round is diabolical. The media will build you up for you to fail. Shaking my head. So I don't know if they're building him up. I think you can go into an interview and fail yourself. Like, I won't blame the media for this. You have a chance to interview with every team. You have to walk in there and make them feel like they can't live without you. And if the interview is self-entitled, if the interview is substandard in any way, you won't get the job. This is real life. This is what really happens. Your dad can't do the interview for you. You can't go in there and brag about your watches or anything else. You got to actually sell yourself. And if you don't know how to sell yourself, if you think you're above that process of selling yourself, then you're going to be taught a harsh lesson in life, and you're not going to get the opportunities you anticipate or you think you're entitled to. There's so many people right now without a job, and they think they're knocking it out the park in job interviews, and they have no clue. There's a woman asleep on the couch right next to Mike Green right now. I hope he doesn't assault her. I'm just saying. He's known to do that. So it is what it is. That's how I feel about it, though. Shador not going in the first round, don't blame the media. He's got nobody to blame for himself. If anything, he's got a media machine behind him. He's got a brother with a camera running at all times. Dude, the attitude alone makes teams not want to invest money in him. That's real. My number 1 quarterback. Terrible attitude. I told you, they're all backup quarterbacks to me. I don't care who they are. I think they're all backup quarterbacks. I evaluated the talent. I said, man, if Drake May was in this draft, he would have been the number 1 pick. Josh Connerly going, huh? Shout out to Josh Connerly. It's a good pick. A little late. Josh Connerly, my number 3 tackle. Shout out to him. He's got to be excited. Yeah. Go block for Jaden Daniels. Go on a team that's probably going to win the conference. That's not bad, bro. Look at how big he is. Hugging the white kids, too. You don't even know them dudes. Here we go. Here we go. The Bills fans all worried about it. It is what it is. Are you streaming the other rounds? Extra Z, we've never missed a pick in 3 years. We stream every single round, every single pick. How can they sleep on Will Johnson, Unc? This is crazy. He's injured, man. He's injured. He didn't get to do any of the pre-draft stuff. It's life. Huh? Who are you, Rico? Diego's different. What do you mean, who am I? I'm RicoKnows. What the fuck? I'm RicoKnows. I don't even know what kind of question that is. Why are you asking me that question? Who are you? What does that mean? Where did that come from? What did I do that he said, who are you? Is it because I was talking about the offers? Getting a kid a full ride scholarship? Oh, you guys don't understand what I do for a living. That's what I do all day. I got 10,000 tweets, bro. I'm out there trying to get kids scholarships. And we're succeeding. Shout out to me. I've been doing this for years. I don't make videos about it for the most part. I really don't make a lot of videos telling you guys when we get a guy an offer. I just keep it moving and just keep trying to find more kids offers. Yeah, that's crazy. You don't know who the fuck I am? That's weird, bro. Imagine going through life not knowing who I am. That's wild. That's a rough way to go through life. You probably like sports too. That's nuts. The Jets and Bears cannot be serious. They are. Does Shamar's lack of sacks worry you? No, Parker Elliott. I do not judge defensive ends by sacks. Sacks are a byproduct of a lot of things, right? Sacks are... How many teams had to throw the ball against Texas A&M? I'm just being real. Were they trailing Texas A&M and they had to catch up by throwing the ball? There aren't a lot of teams in that scenario. If anything, Texas A&M was trailing, right? So that's number one. And then the second thing, or maybe there's a lot of other things, but another thing is Texas A&M has a lot of defenders, so they rotate a lot of their defensive line. A lot. Shamar, it's just the reality of the situation. So that's number two. Number three, some people might value a sack because you tackled the quarterback and he lost some yards, right? Hurries cause more turnovers than sacks. If you get a hurry on a quarterback, he will throw a bad pass. He will run out of bounds. He will slip and fall. He will panic and make a poor decision. If you get a hurry, it could lead to a turnover and kill the whole drive. If you get a sack, well, it's just some yardage loss and they can still get a first down. I think the impact of a hurry is very, very comparable to a sack, if not more. So when I watch a defensive end, in this case a defensive end, on the edge, I do not give a shit about the sack count. It's there. What if you play against quarterbacks in the SEC who know how to throw away the ball? What if you play against really good offensive linemen again, like LSU, and you can't get sacks against them? Because if you hear about all these incredible offensive linemen in the SEC, they'll tell you they give 0 sacks this year. No sacks here. So if one guy didn't get it, nobody got any sacks on those guys. Sacks don't matter. Not if you're getting the hurries. Not if you're playing right. Not if I'm watching you. And let's say you do gap control. Let's say they call a TE stunt. If you guys don't know what that means, there's a stunt with your defensive tackle and your defensive end. There's a TE stunt and there's an ET stunt. Let's say you do the stunt, but your teammate's the one who's supposed to get the sack while you're occupying 2 defenders. And you're doing selfless service. You're not even trying to get the sack. You're the one who takes on both defenders so your teammate, Nick Scorton, can go get the sacks. Or somebody else. You got to watch film. And if you watch box scores and you say, this it concerns me because I don't see this thing, you're not real. You're just a random fan. I mean, I've seen that repeated 3 times today. Does Shamar's lack of sacks worry you? Parker Elliott. That is not an original thought that came from you. That is a line, a comment, a question that has been written 300 times today. I've seen it 3. But it's been written 300 times today. On Twitter, in other videos, on other content creators' channels, all over the place. You're parroting somebody's concern. It's not your concern. It's not real. It's not a real concern. It's you are parroting another person's concern that sounds logical. It sounds simple. It's like, hey, man, why is that running back not getting any touchdowns? Man, he had 300 carries, only 2 touchdowns. What's going on? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Man, let's go talk about it. Let's go. And so that's what you're doing. Anyone who watches the tape, like me, like the NFL teams that drafted, they move Stewart way up. That's what I did. I took a 3-sack guy and said, yo, he's up here. Ahead of Mike Green. Mike Green got 15 sacks. This guy got 3. I said, oh, give me the guy with 3 sacks. I watched the tape. Give me the guy with 3 sacks. Because I know what I'm looking at. Just a difference in evaluation and understanding the position and the responsibilities, the schemes, what you're going up against, a number of optics and measurements and metrics. And I trust my process. Like, if my process speaks for itself, I trust it. So I stay with it. Wow, Maxwell Harrison just got taken, bro. That's wild. And that's the Bills trusting their assessment, and that's a bad one. That's a bad draft pick. That's a bad draft pick. Shout out to Maxwell Harrison, but he tests so well. He checks so many boxes, but you don't do that. That's a bad pick. I'm telling you, I've evaluated him very, very well while at Kentucky. I believed in Kentucky's defense. I was the ones to tell you guys Kentucky gets evaluated very high on defense. Very good. But this is stupid. Taking him ahead of Benjamin Morris or Will Johnson? Yeah, that's dumb. That's crazy. If they were on the same team, he wouldn't be on the field. Trade alert. Kansas City's trading back because a team wants to trade in and get Shedeur. Oh, better not be the Eagles. What do the Eagles want? Eagles want Will Johnson? You just saw a corner go off the board. Or they want Nick Manwaring. Who do they want, bro? Yeah. Who do the Eagles want? The Eagles want Mike Green? Mike Green, Will Johnson. Who do they want? Yeah. It is what it is. Man, I feel like Sanders should be gone by now. He should go somewhere else. He should go home. He should be gone. Where should he go? He should take a nap. He should go to bed. He shouldn't even stay up late. Motherfucker should be sleeping right now. He should get a good night's sleep so he can get back to work. He's playing right tackle in Washington. Would you take Will Johnson at this point and take the shot? No, Nick Smith. No. Corners are dropping. You're fine. They're not. They're playing chicken. You don't got to draft. You ever done a fantasy draft before? You ain't got to take them. You ain't got to worry about it. Let somebody else make the mistake. If you're highlighting drafted players, Donovan Jackson was picked by the Vikings already. Oh, thank you so much. I missed that. Thank you very much. Sometimes, I would have caught it after the show, but I appreciate it. I would have been counting. I would have been like, wait, where's the 30-second person? What's going on right now? Thank you so much. Sanders constantly blaming his teammates and saying how many times did the other quarterback get sacked is immature. Correct. These are grown-ass men in the locker room. They don't want to deal with a child, especially be led by a child, right? He also has limitations. I need you guys to know this. Shedeur Sanders has limitations. He can't throw choice routes. He doesn't trust receivers to run them, but he also can't run specific offensive schemes. So your offensive coordinator, Sean Lewis, gets fired, and you go and get an offense coordinator who will do nothing to confuse you, do nothing to make it difficult on you. And NFL teams will see this. They'll be like, wait, hold on. He couldn't handle this offensive scheme, so we had to go get this guy, and now he can only run a simple offensive scheme. It doesn't work. Doesn't work in the NFL. They're going to be so complicated. The scheme changes week to week. Terminology changes week to week, but the scheme changes. And when you hear him blame the receivers for not running the right route in choice routes, nah, bro, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. You throw it. Receivers will either be right or wrong. You don't get to hold it and then say the receiver was wrong. It's not how it works. You do your job, they'll do theirs. So NFL teams aren't attracted to that. They're not attracted to players with limitations, especially at the quarterback position. So it is what it is. So I told you, every quarterback in this draft, to me, no matter who it is, they're a backup. I don't care if you win first overall. I don't care if you win. Eventually, they're a backup. I just don't see starting caliber quarterbacks. I watch quarterbacks every year. Evaluate them and go, no, these ain't starters. Drake May is in this draft. He's first pick overall. That's how I feel. Are you surprised Shedeur Sanders is this low? Well, I thought he would go in the first round, so I'm not necessarily. I mean, surprise is a subjective word. I don't know about surprise. Doesn't sound right. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Didn't anticipate it, but I'm not surprised. Should the Seahawks take Sanders? No. Who did the Eagles just take? They just traded back into the first round. No. I don't know who should take Sanders, man. Whoever takes him, he's going to be a backup. Shedeur going to be the loudest backup of all time. I think that was Cam Newton. Hey, Rico, who gets drafted first? Jimmy Horn, or LeJounte, or Shiloh? So I don't think Jimmy Horn or Shiloh get drafted at all. And LeJounte will get drafted at some point. So obviously he'll be first. Those guys aren't draft picks, man. I wish... That's crazy, man. I don't know what you guys do. You must just watch well-off media. You guys must think that those guys, because they had a pro day or something, they're getting drafted. They're fucking terrible. Like, they're not terrible. Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. LeJounte Wester's not terrible. I think he's good. The other two are absolutely terrible. I don't think they're better than NFL guys. Good luck to them. My fault, man. I was just wondering. I don't know. Parker, I don't know what you're wondering. Thoughts on Shamar Stewart? Yeah, I think he's good. I think he's good. Oh, you're talking about the sacks, lack of sacks. Yeah, I'm worried about it. They need you on this broadcast. Mel Kiper is always talking about some bullshit. All they talk about is lack of sacks for Stewart. You're 100% right. It's 2025. They don't know ball. Yeah, Steven Schultz, I don't even know what they're saying, dude. Whatever they're saying on TV is irrelevant to me. Irrelevant. Yeah. I ain't got time to watch film all day. There you go, Parker Elliott. You got to watch film, bruh. No Bills. No Bills. Because they traded back. Did they trade back? Yeah, he'll be fine. They traded back because they know they got a chance to still get what they wanted. Scorton. Yeah, Scorton. No way we passed on Will Johnson. Yes, you did. Was the Lions pick good? Who did the Lions pick? Oh, my score is 1 of 1, by the way. I got it right. Who did the Lions pick? Can somebody tell me who the Lions picked recently? Who was it? Let me go to teams. Detroit. Oh, Tyreek Williams. Yeah, I like him. I don't know if I like him at that spot. I didn't like him at that spot, but he's a good player. Yeah, you can't complain about that. It is what it is. I wouldn't like it at that spot. The Eagles just traded to 32. Oh, they traded 32 and went to the Chiefs. Chiefs trade number 31 to the Eagles. Okay, so they moved up one. They just swapped spots? What is that about? That's crazy. Would Bo Nix be first overall in this draft? Yep. Bo Nix will be first overall in this draft. Yes, sir. Shiloh is so bad. Never seen someone miss so many tackles. I mean, every play they do, everybody watched them. It's more than just that. They just have bad... I think he's got bad work ethic. It's not my thing. Where will Rico's favorite quarterback, Seth Hennigan, be drafted to? I don't know, Derek Newcomer. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to see him play. I'm just excited to see him make it in the NFL. I'm good. Well, yep, well-off media. Yep, yikes. Is Loveland good? Of course Loveland's good. His first tight end off the board. He's a good player. He's not better than Warren, but he's good. He's always been good. He was Michigan's only weapon this year. For sure. Who's your best available for round 2? Brian? I mean, Will Johnson's still there. Do you? Just got off work. How's the draft been tonight? Just rewind the show, John Tibby. Just start at the beginning. Watch it at 2.0 speed. Watch it at 1.5 speed. You'll be good. Thoughts on Maxwell Harrison? He tests really well. I don't think he had any business being drafted. There's Jahad Campbell. You guys were lying to me. You guys were mad at me. Because where I put him on, oh, Rico, what's wrong with Jahad Campbell? Nothing's wrong with Jahad Campbell. Good player. I had him as the 4th linebacker. And you guys are telling me I don't know what I'm doing. You guys fucking crazy. He's way at the end of the first round. People were telling me he's going to go 17th. Some shit like that. Some nonsense like that. I want to hear you guys. Jahad Campbell. Alabama to the Eagles. I'm glad they stopped getting Georgia players. Good for them. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Maxwell Harrison tests really well. Not exactly a great player. Did not expect him to get a first-round draft pick. Not at all. Do you think Abdul Carter is as good as he is hyped? I've never hyped him, so you got to watch the podcast. Watch the podcast. Watch the defensive end podcast. You'll know how I feel about Abdul Carter. That's all I'm saying. You guys ask me questions, but you don't watch the podcast. It's right here on YouTube. Just click the live tab. Go watch it. Defensive ends. Talk about them early. Bears' worst first-round pick. No. I mean, maybe, but no. I don't know. Well, I got to sit down and analyze it, Rocco. Will Johnson not being drafted yet is insane. Knee must be pretty bad. Yeah, knee is bad, but let's rephrase this, okay? How many teams need a corner in the first round? How many teams do you think are drafting a corner in the first round? That's how that works. So how many teams really passed on Will Johnson? 5? 3? 2? It's not the end of the world. Like, people got to think about it from a different perspective. And sometimes you guys see a guy drop and you're like, oh, this is crazy. Da, da, da. And it's like, no, dude, there's only so many teams that need you. Some teams don't need you at all. So it is what it is. Thoughts on Mykel Williams? Jose Garcia, I really wish you would watch the podcast on the live tab for defensive ends. Mykel Williams is my number 1 defensive edge rusher in the draft. My number 1 defensive end. He's my number 1 overall player. I think Mykel Williams is special. I think he's the best player in the draft. All positions. Don't care. Do you think Barron Broncos pick was good? No, not necessarily, Mason. I think it was very early to take a corner under 6 feet tall. Probably not. But they must have liked him a lot. They must have watched a lot of tape and believed in him, so more power to them. It's not for me. My Panthers took T-Mac. Yes, sir. They did, Medina, and they probably like him. How's the vet treating you? What up, Noah? Yeah, my Corvette, man. I have a 2025 C8 V Stingray. My Corvette's fast. It's treating me really well. It's treating me 2.9 seconds. It's treating me 2.90 to 60. It's beautiful, man. I love it. It's a toy. It's the best. I never thought it was real, so it is what it is. LeJounte's a beast and clutch. Jimmy Horn can't catch a cold in Alaska. It's about right. Sounds about right. Hey, Rico, should the Commanders have taken an edge rusher in the first or the ones left mid? No, there's a lot of good edge rushers. There's nobody left that's mid. If that's what they did, that's what they decided to take, that's their business. But there are a lot of good edge rushers available. There's still one on the board. It's pretty normal. So it is what it is. Are we done? Is the last pick 32? I'm assuming. Why am I seeing 33 and 34? Is that for tomorrow? I need to know. 32 is the last pick today. Chiefs pick is in, by the way. Panthers need an edge. Yep. Still, who's the best left on the board? Well, Mike Green's the best left on the board, but I wouldn't take Mike Green. Once again, I have my own chart. Maybe I would take Mike Green. Oh, no, I'd take Donovan Ezikru all day long. So, Scorton, Landon Jackson, those 3 are ahead of Mike Green for me. So, that's what I would do if I was taking that. There's a lot. Excuse me. There's a lot of good edge rushers still available. I was really expecting Shedeur to go in the first round. My biggest draft surprise. KJ Jefferson getting drafted tomorrow. KJ Jefferson probably going undrafted. KJ Jefferson not getting drafted at all, as far as I'm concerned. I'm laughing at all the ESPN analysts crashing out over Shedeur not being drafted yet. I got the TV on mute, bro. I can't hear them dudes. Missed the stream earlier, but you got quick thoughts on Shamar Stewart. Lots of angry Bengal fans. I've talked about him at length on the podcast. Go watch the podcast. You don't have to miss this stream earlier. You just go to Live Tab and watch the defensive end podcast. I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. Just go in here, go to the Live Tab on the homepage, go to defensive ends, go watch it, and listen to what I have to say about Shamar Stewart. He's my number 2 defensive end in the draft. There's nothing wrong with Shamar Stewart. He's amazing. Bengals fans are stupid. Team knows what they're doing. Hoping my Patriots take a receiver at 38 tomorrow. Okay. Hope they've been watching the podcast. They usually have. Patriots, Packers, they pay attention to my rankings and my stuff. They usually do. So shout out to them. See, Chiefs got Josh Simmons. And they're booing it. What the hell is wrong with these dudes, bro? These dudes are booing Josh Simmons? Man, get your life together. Booing Josh Simmons. Give me a second here. Josh Simmons, pretty good player. My 4th best tackle. I like him a lot. So shout out to him. All right. Is that the end of the first round? So here's my only thing about Josh Simmons, right? They were drafting him really high. Or they were ranking him pretty high. But when he was at San Diego State, they would have never put him this high. They would have never rated him this high. And when he was at San Diego State, Brandon Crenshaw Dixon was even better than him on the same team. Crenshaw Dixon goes to Florida, and Josh goes to Ohio State. Imagine this: San Diego State has 2 tackles. One goes to Florida, one goes to Ohio State, and now they're on different trajectories. And now Josh is so amazing. Josh Connolly Jr. is amazing. Oh my God, he's the second best tackle in the draft. Rico, da 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 da. I'm like, he's good, but calm down, bro. Calm down. So shout out to him. Well, I said Josh Connolly. I meant Josh Simmons. My bad. It's been a long night. It's getting late. What time is it? Shit, it's 11:45. I've been live streaming for almost 4 hours. We're 11 minutes short of 4 hours, and that was my first mistake. I just made a mistake on a name. That doesn't happen to me often. I apologize for that mistake. That shouldn't happen. All right, guys, I am tired. I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody for being here for the draft. And like I said, we'll do all the picks tomorrow. I'm going to be doing UFC videos all day long. Shout out to all the MVPs. Shout out to all the predictions. And then we'll get after it. Is this the end of the first round? Am I missing anything? They should stop, right? Let me know in chat if I'm right or wrong. Love the spec on it. The light gray with the red interior is beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Noah. Yeah, man, we got red calipers as well, and we just got new car seats in today. We just got seat covers to protect the suede seats that we had. It is what it is. Rico, how you feel about them passing on Shador? I feel he getting extra hate for nothing. What? NFL teams don't hate anyone? NFL teams don't hate players? NFL teams make draft picks to make their teams better. They don't sit around and hate. They're not going to hate on somebody to lose their jobs. That is stupid. You guys are blaming the media. Blame Shador Sanders for not being likable and going to interviews and bombing them. That's how you lose your job. That's how you fall in the draft. He doesn't have any medical concerns. It's that right there. Okay? Jahid Campbell just said the rich got richer. Yep, pretty much. Will do. Thanks, Rico. At least he got his number retired. There you go. He got his number retired. Carter Bradley would have went number 1 in this draft. Fair enough. Touche. Shout out to South Alabama. Markoff Hampton. Ooh, Omar Hampton, my guy. Thank you so much. I know who I'm not marking off. How do you feel about Andrew Armstrong? Talked about it in the wide receiver podcast. If you watch it, you'll know. I am not believing the hype that all you guys online are talking about, and that's the only time anyone's believed in Andrew Armstrong is in the hype online. Most recently on Twitter and other videos. There's really nothing that I've ever seen him do on a Saturday that warrants me talking about him. So it is what it is. Nonetheless, I'm going to double check my Twitter and then go to bed. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I'm going to end the show now. Y'all take care. Peace.